off, our intrepid heroes made their way to the lost city of Ilona. They
To the
discovered
racial purely.
they discovered that inside were a race of celestial beings called the Azirans, primordial beings that were perhaps the first civilization to arise on our world. However, as God damn it, as the party advanced further into the city towards a cathedral where they were told that the leaders of the city were waiting for them, Mary began to feel a little sick, like her heart was just going to take a little jump out of her mouth.
Bleh.
She kind of thought at
So much
first
worse than a
that
heart.
it was just pregnancy sick. It turns out it was a little bit worse than that.
It's a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. It was a
Shit.
soul sickness. Specifically, her soul did, in fact, decide to have a little trot out of her body and inhabit a dragon corpse. And it's then we learned that Mary had been a dragon all along. But it's okay, because Mary had an extra soul that she picked up by hijacking Frida's quest. So really, the line of hijacking just evened things out completely, and everything's fine. So, Mary feels a little hollow inside, but you are not dead or comatose or anything like that. Heart's still beating strong, you have your baby still on the way. And Senatrea, the dragon god of magic, is back. Good job, everybody. You did it.
Good old Merisiel.
So,
More
having
importantly, I've been revealed to be a mage.
So this Sinatrea thing was here, and you knew for well over a year that I had this soul in me.
Mhm.
You knew that we were gonna come here.
Mhm.
If I had not taken a free, I could have just my character would have straight up died right there.
that
It
was
killed
a
me
distinct
off.
possibility.
Son of a bitch.
The longest con that got subverted by Frida's
Oh no,
humbleness.
no. The longest Savin is working his way up to the longest con. I hold the fucking title of
I'll have
longest
you
con.
know, this was over a year. This was like
Yeah, and
a year
how
and a
many?
half.
I remember Tales
was
of
it,
Hedrah hanging onto a
30?
special card for a very long time.
Yeah, a year and a half, 18 months. Praise the sun.
I think mine was still about the same length. But anyway, regardless, I got to have my fun and Kina didn't die, so everything's fine.
Yay! Everything's dying.
Yeah.
Kina, or Merisiel does again kind of feel a little hollowed out inside, but I'm sure that's fine. No big deal.
I had a very
Don't
big
worry.
soul before, but now I have a little one, and
Now
I
you
don't
have a
feel
little
so
dead
good
one.
now.
So I believe the
Well,
plan.
don't worry.
Oh,
First we get, what's it called, some nymph wine into Kreshia, and then you won't feel so hollow anymore.
Yeah, I can make you feel real full, baby.
So,
It's fine. Every single morning now, Kreshia has to start a day with 7 shots.
shortly after reviving Senatrea and getting to talk to the dragon goddess of magic, she turned Annika into a dragon blood sorcerer instead of a wild mage, curing her of her wild magic. So you solved that quest, basically the same session you got it. And then she told you that, hey, by the way, Karnas, the god of time and tides, is up on the moon, which happens to be where the gods hang out. If you want to stop him, you do have to go there, and the best way to get there is by having the gods take you there. But they can only take one person per god as their personal sacred champions. And so the party has resolved to go back to Aran City and the Pantheon therein and pray to the gods that they might be chosen as their divine champions so that they may confront the god of the moon and whoop his ass. And that's where we pick up, with the party having taken a week of downtime here, I believe, to wait for their magic items to be finished.
Sure. 2 questions, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Does... I suddenly forgot her name. Miss Kasner, blah, 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 blah.
Carla?
Annika?
Carla, Annika, one of them. The one with us is
Ooh.
Annika. Does she want to come along? Or if not, does she, would Castanix be willing to give her a lift back to her ancestor's place, because we can take her to Portal to Aaron ourselves, and it would otherwise have her just even further away from home.
Yeah, she'd love to come with you guys and actually get a chance to test out her new magic.
Sure.
I have a
I'll
question.
promise that once we're off of this island, I'll do a sending to her ancestor just so that she's kept updated.
What?
Wait, can you do a sending to a ghost?
Don't see why not. She's sentient.
I suppose so.
Well, that is true. Or you could just send it to Oscar and he tells.
Also
Oscar's
true.
with you guys.
But no,
Yes.
Kina left Oscar behind so that she wouldn't get lonely while we had Annika.
Was that?
Yep.
Was that so?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, quick question about the spell I was trying to get.
I wonder if I could eat Kasener.
What the fuck?
No,
She's a
That
ghost,
seems
right?
like a bad move. Don't
Hello?
do that.
And I'm all hollow, and I'm joking. I'm not actually going to do it. I was wondering if that would actually be a thing.
Mike, ghost muted.
No,
No, sorry.
we're just
Oh.
talking over you.
what?
Well, question.
You're doing an Adjatha. Speak up.
Can the spell just put me down to 16 or critical HP instead of me having to roll damage dice?
No.
Okay.
Speaking of which, that was what you were doing on your downtime, wasn't it? You wanted to research a new monk
Sepulchral.
ability to burn some ki and electrocute yourself to put you into RTSR range.
Wait, I have to burn key for that too?
I mean, I guess it's probably like 1 ki, but yeah.
Hmm.
You're activating a magic ability, so.
Hmm.
Well, it would be hilarious if you electrifying yourself that way. Then you just jump into water and just cast that and just kill everyone.
I mean, I guess it makes sense to cost a key, but it really makes it not worth it. Oh well, I guess I'll have it in the just in fucking case button.
You act like electrocuting yourself to death was ever going to be worth it, but. Alright.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
there's levels
can I
of
continue?
not worth it.
How much damage do you have to take to get down into that threshold?
Who? In the threshold?
Threshold.
Yeah, it doesn't take much for Zanza to get down into a fresh hole, but.
Oh no, it does. It takes a lot. And you mean
It's
the-
true.
It's
He
easier
requires
for
a
him
lot
to
of
be
stretching.
used as a threshold.
Fuse, are we
Well,
talking about the little
While
red?
that's going on for the week downtime, it's in the archives. They're finding as much information about whatever they have there.
Okay, let's pop out the old downtime rules and see what everybody's doing. So, you don't need to spend any money here. These people will take care of all of your various needs. So it looks like you are probably doing preparation, Hedrah, in which you get 3 d6s you can spend on any of your upcoming ability checks, probably to like recall lore. Unless you have a specific question in mind that you want to get answers to.
Well, since I'm going to be for Candor, which is God of Knowledge, and that shit, gathering a mass amount of information, even if you don't have it, is sure as hell a lot easier if you write it down in little books. Now, because these fuckers precedes the gods, correct?
Correct. I
Yeah.
believe it's fairly heavily implied that they might be the gods, or at least their antecedents.
Okay, yeah, so that's what I mean. It's like, so they have all knowledge preceding Kandar. So getting all this would be like a good, like, hey, you know how I'm a part of the College of Lore? Yeah, can I be a champion? For the fact that I really like information and this stuff like nobody else can get.
Alright, so you are going to basically just copy as much info as possible from the Grand Archives into your notebook. Sounds reasonable.
But I'm making sure to get spare papers and writings in it.
I mean, they don't have paper, but they do have...
I have.
How much paper do you have?
Well, they're writing a big ass stone tab. That one stone tab is equal to one, well, half a page, front back side. So even though I have like 6 spare notebooks, it's gonna be a fucking many pages.
Okay, well, if you have a bunch of books on you, then yeah, sure. So, that's done. We know what Zanza's doing. Marcus, do you have anything you'd like to do during your downtime action?
Well, I don't want to, bother her too much, but it would be helpful to maybe talk to the, dragon god lady about the petrified egg, because she's like the first dragon or whatever, so she probably has some idea about what I'm supposed to do with this thing.
Okay, yeah. I think between Senatrea and the archives, you can probably find out the answer to that. Make a religion check with advantage. Excellente. Okay, ask me 2 questions. The answers you get will be true.
Okay, as it is now, can it be uh, as it is now, can it create a baby dragon? I don't really know how to phrase that.
As it is now, no.
Okay, so follow up. How do you make it into something that would produce a baby dragon?
This egg was laid unfertilized many, many hundreds of years ago. It is likely that the magic of the dragons has left it preserved if somewhat petrified. It likely needs a, shall we say, male essence.
Okay. Casternex, I have a weird request.
The
Wanna be a
dragon man
daddy?
deadpans you and looks at the egg.
Yeah.
Well, I always did want to be a father, just didn't expect that to be how, but I guess lady dragons being what they are and rare, I guess I'll take what I can get.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Alright, and yeah, I guess Casternex will indeed go just take the egg from you off into a back room somewhere and commence the sacred ritual of fertilization.
Fantastic.
He looks quite awkward after, but will hand you an egg wrapped up in like a little blanket somewhere later in the day.
It's slightly sticky.
He covered it up.
He wrapped it before he tapped it.
Well, unfortunately, you wrapped it after he tapped it, but
Well, after, yeah, after. So.
Well, I know you're a first-time father here, but is there anything special I should do to take care of the egg?
I'd keep it somewhere warm. Make sure it doesn't get cold. Keep it next to your body. If you have to leave it somewhere, maybe put it next to a fire.
It won't catch on fire?
Oh, no. It's a flame dragon, after all.
Oh, How can you tell?
He will point out like these tiny little mottlings around the uh, center of the egg, around its middle, and say, "See this here? Flame dragon types. We have spots on our eggs just around the middle here. Frost type dragons, they have them on the ends, and well, acid and such don't have any at all. Guess they get eaten away."
Well, you're a flame dragon, but if an egg was laid by a like a lightning dragon, would it like breathe electrical fire, or how does that work?
Did somebody say lightning dragon?
And then a building fell on Zanza. That's a good question, and one I don't necessarily know the answer to. I've never seen a baby dragon get born before.
Ah, you guys have been around for a long time. No one's ever done like a comprehensive study of how this stuff works.
Yeah, most of the dragons died off a while ago. I'm only 50, and I've actually only ever seen my own siblings, so maybe somebody has, but maybe go ask one of the elves.
Just points
Man.
at the giant ass dragon next to them.
He'll look up at Senatrea and just kind of say, "That's just cheating."
Boy, no humans. Almost all the elves are like dog people now, and we're running out of dragons. World's getting all the poorer for choice.
Well, we got cat people now, so I guess that's yeah. It's not
Cats
great.
are okay. More of
Not
a dog
great.
person myself, but you know.
Yeah, they're all right.
They're a bit chewy though.
Well, fantastic. I mean, you are the father, so did you have any names in mind?
Hmm.
Do dragons choose names? They get handed down from on high? How does that work?
Well, I chose my own name. It's was the name of a great dragon high lord many thousands of years ago. Um, hmm. Do we know if it's a boy dragon or a girl dragon?
I will lightly rap on the side and hold it to my ear. What's it sound like?
It sounds like stone.
Probably will have to ask Kanara.
Well, if it's a boy dragon, I'm a bit partial to the name Casternex Jr. myself, but failing that, maybe Cassia? It's a nice girl name.
Well, you took the name of Castanex from someone else, so wouldn't that make this Castanex the third?
Dragon Master Thief, please.
I guess that's fair, and other Casternex is dead, but sure, Casternex the third.
All right. Sweet. So, how long does it normally take for eggs to hatch, do you know?
Left to their own devices, maybe a year or two.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad. I assumed, you know, dragons, so be like a whole, like, generation.
Nah. Parents would probably get tired of sitting on them after a while. Gotta eat. Anyway, you take good care of this little stone guy here. He will pet the egg.
But of course. And, you enjoy hanging out with, the, you know, weird shadow people living in the clouds. They're doing fine.
Yeah, definitely not weird and somewhat off-putting at all.
Yeah. Probably the whole being immortal thing.
Well, I best get used to it, I suppose. Be as old as them eventually.
Well, that assumes, the giants don't kill us all and pull this thing out of the sky. But let's hope that doesn't come to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm obviously hedging my bets on not dying horribly.
That's a good plan.
Caster next will sort of look nervously off at the horizon. Sure, it'll be fine. Yeah, clearly you should have gotten Jeffrey to jack off on the egg. That'd have been great. Alright, let's see, who's next? Mary.
Yes.
What are you doing during the downtime?
I'm probably okay, so there's a thing I want to do. I want to research, but it would take like from the ground up. It would take about 5 downtime actions, which I don't have. However,
have
since
all
I
at
am
once.
basing this spell on the 4th level greater summon demon, and I already spoke to Areshka about summoning true, like, complete demons, can I work this out to just be 1 downtime action just to make a 5th level version of the spell?
Yeah, to take an existing spell and upstep it. I think 1 downtime action makes sense.
Radical. Also, so I'm also probably going to be sleeping extra because, oh boy, losing your soul really takes it out of you. Holy shit. I'm also busying myself so that I don't have to deal with the existential problem of am I still Merisiel? Because that's knocking around in my head now.
Yeah, have fun with that philosophical whammy.
Am I going to be slowly turning into Iroh? Is that what's going to happen to me? I don't even know.
Are you going to get a
Is
beard?
that,
and
is that
suddenly
even
be
up
Jack?
to me? Am I going to notice?
Are you going to get a beard and suddenly
I'll
get
try
Jack?
my best to ignore it, though. So I'm going to do that. Also, I know people have been paying attention. I know the denizens of this place tend to watch me.
Yes, that will continue. It'll get probably lesser as more and more people have seen you, but there are
I am
certainly
going
envious
to,
eyes.
when I notice some people doing that, I will invite them to touch me, to touch it. Do they want to feel it? Would they like to
Yes.
feel my tummy?
Do they want to feel? Yeah.
Basically everybody does.
They can do so. I will invite them to do so.
'Cause they have not seen a baby bump in many thousands of years.
We've seen 70 Minotaurs, now 100 Celestials.
Alright, and Kreshia.
Hi.
What do?
I spent the week getting spells from Dragonwife and writing them into my book, even though they're ones I'll never know. With the
Yes.
disclaimer that if I die, then the book disintegrates, so that no one can get access to stuff beyond their ken.
Sounds good. Alright.
Also, can Sinatreya make holy water if she is my god now?
Are
I know
you
it's
actually
an odd question. I will
converting to
approach this.
Sinatreya?
I mean, I feel like that's really only fair, considering I'm willing to champion for her. It would be kind of a shit deal to then not actually worship her. Yeah.
Sinatreya technically could, but
I know that she would feel super weird about it because she doesn't think of herself as a god, although I will add that it would be super useful against the undead we're going to be fighting.
yeah, so she herself can but won't. Her priests, however, do have the time to, spend making holy water, so if you are so desirous of that, you can purchase it. It does take them actual raw materials to make, so you'll have to shell out some coin for it.
Sure. How much was it again for holy water?
I believe... Actually, let me look up the... What is it? It's a new Paladin spell that actually shows how to make holy water. Ceremony, there we go. Bless water. Become holy water. Thanks. Oh, 25 GP, or SP in this case. 25 SP a vial.
Then I will get... Let's go with 2 vials.
Okie doke.
Just no, no, you don't.
Why not?
You said it's 24 SP.
25 SP per.
Okay. 25.
AK, 2 of them is
Okay.
5 gold, which is why I did it like that, just because it's way fucking easier for me. I spent all my silver, I'm down to walking around gold money.
So it's 5 silver each, so
No, it's 5. It's 25 silver per vial.
AK,
Okay.
5 gold for 2 vials, which is how I did it, just because it's easier.
oh, okay.
It sounds like Hedrah is paying for these, but...
Here we
I've
go. So
got like
10
108 gold.
vials. Tunk.
Okay.
Here you go.
Okay, so that seems like it's downtime pretty much finished up.
What's the word? So you get 12 vials in total.
Alright, cool.
Just a bandolier of holy hand grenades across your chest.
Yeah, I'm gonna give 5 of them to my daughter, that person who could use items as bonus actions.
Yes, unfortunately throwing them like a grenade is the attack action, but...
Sure, but
Could
she's
potentially
able
drink
to...
them.
Hey, I mean, it might help if someone's blasting you with necrotic. I'm pretty sure holy water does have an effect when you drink it. I can't remember what it fucking is.
Let's find out. But in the meantime, Marcus and Mary, you can both mark inspiration.
Oh, okay.
And let's see, holy water, holy water. What do you actually do, holy water? There we go. Let's see. It does 2d6 radiant damage to undead. And it does not seem to have an effect for drinking it.
I'll be damned. I figured that it was for necrotic resisting, but never mind.
Nope, that is probably just a potion of necrotic resist.
Guess so.
But still, she can theoretically sneak attack with a thrown weapon, so that will be fun.
That's interesting. It's the precision damage. Well, I mean, precision damage isn't even a fucking thing. It's just more damage. It's kind of fun. Just glass right in the eyes for 4d6. As dangerous as the literal holy damage itself, but you know, penetrating.
Oh no, wait, it's an improvised weapon, so she wouldn't actually be able to use sneak attack unless she gets like the barroom brawler feat.
Or if she happened to be... Wait a second, does that mean a rogue version of the like alchemy alchemist can do sneak attack bottle throws? Because it's not an improvised weapon when they use them. Like if, for instance, if
Correct.
Jeanette were to throw acid flasks around and she was a rogue, she could do sneak acid.
If used as a targeted weapon, I believe the rogue class I made uses AoE damage, so no. But it does scale on sneak attack, so it's basically the same thing.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Anyway, so you guys have the teleport coordinates for Alona now, and you have access to a circle if you want to zip on out of here.
I certainly do. I have a sword to get.
Yes.
Oh, right. Well, during this week, can I find some free time to write my thesis?
Probably. What exactly are you writing your thesis on? Like specifics?
I'm writing a thesis on the true nature of demons. That they aren't the embodiments of they're not the embodiments of destruction or lust that we think that people have thought they were all this time. That they are in fact just spirits of emotion and energy that are given form and purpose by their summoner. That if you are looking for a lustful encounter, you're going to get a nymphomaniac succubus, or if you're filled with vengeance, you will get a demon of rage. And that's where those kinds of destructful demons come from. That if you summon one with a more complete perspective and sense of emotion, you will not get one of those things. You will, in fact, get something more of a person. And you can even get things like the spirit of hope that was conjured forth once, as though that is also just a part of the emotional spectrum. Demons are not inherently monsters. It is the one who summons them turns them into monsters.
Okay. So I will give you your choice. You can make this as a if you have like a writing tool or of some kind, you can use a check for that, or else either Arcana or Persuasion.
Well, I'm sure they have writing utensils here. I will go with Persuasion though.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you know what? I'm gonna blow that inspiration I just got.
Okie doke.
Don't you have like guidance?
This is a check made over the course of several days, so no guidance and other forms of temporary aid
those
will
things
not
aren't
help.
gonna work.
Well,
26.
it's a fucking good thing you spent that.
I would have fucking just botched that. Yeah.
Yeah,
holy
you
crap.
know you would have made a extremely compelling essay on why we need to, wipe out all demons immediately.
Instead, okay, guys.
So that would have been very much the pogrom situation again.
I will probably get Kreshia to look this over. Like, I'm going to present this to the symposium at some point when we get back. What do you think of it? And she's like, Mary, are you sure about this?
Are you kidding?
Mary, this is sounding awfully Zanza.
This sounds like something Zanza would write. Oh my gosh.
Wait, can Sansa write?
God damn it, yes.
Savage fans.
He
Yes,
has calligraphy. Shut up. Not only can he
He's
write,
actually really good at writing.
not only can he write, he writes pretty.
He has
I just never get to
superb
use it.
handwriting.
Dude, I'm sure we've brought up before that calligraphy has legitimate uses for doing things like breaking codes. How could you have not mentioned that you would have been... we could have used you as the code breaker instead of us having to arse around with it.
Calligraphy, it's not for code breaking.
It is. You can actually do code breaking with calligraphy tools. It's part of the proficiency.
It is part of
Yeah.
They added a bunch of new uses for all the tool proficiencies in Xanathars.
So they didn't all feel wank.
Oh.
Yeah. So
And I also mentioned multiple times, I thought that one of the party was a calligrapher, but I guess not.
I don't remember that ever coming up, though.
God damn it.
Yeah, we could have literally used Zanza like a little code breaker.
Well,
Mhm.
given the
As of, like,
speed,
3
so
months
you just
ago.
hold them by the legs.
Well, keep that in mind for the never time it comes up again.
Enigma
For the
machine.
never time it comes up.
Just wait till your next monk in 74, and then you can have your one moment of glory again.
Your
With your
moment of
calligraphy tools.
Assuming I'm playing a monk again.
You seem
No,
to
you're
have
gonna
a
be
good time.
playing a mage.
You should play a wizard again.
I'm playing a mage next time.
Keep telling you should play an arcane trickster. It'll be great.
I think you would enjoy Eldritch Knight.
Either or.
Eldritch Knight's pretty good.
They're fun.
That's for
like
later.
them a
For
lot.
now, I want magic sword.
Yes. So, unless you have any short business to conclude here, the party can depart for Aaron City's symposium.
I suppose I will just make sure to
Wait.
say, huh?
Where's the other portal? We got one in Aaron City.
So
in
the
Okay.
party
area of
knows the
Buckingham.
coordinates for Aaron City, for Mary's Castle on Airvanen, and Alona.
Yeah.
If someone would like
Okay,
to
yeah.
keep a list of that, on Mary's character sheet or something, since we're done with the spell.
I do have a. I thought I did.
You had a thing, but you do not have the thing.
I know I wrote it down.
Maybe it's part of the spell description.
Oh, it's probably part of the spell description.
There you go.
Oh, I need to update that.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So we can
Aaron
actually
City,
go
Riverwatch
and save
Keep,
Jeffrey.
That's
Just to point out, we can save Jeffrey
Exit or chance.
and then get back. Buy a teleport.
so you're saying the party should walk / yeah, you would just be walking over here and then walk back to Alona?
No, they got teleportation circle.
No, they don't.
The party has teleportation
Yeah,
circle.
you need a
Yeah.
teleportation circle where you're
Yeah,
going.
it's not like a teleport spell. It's you teleport, you make a portal that is to a keyed location, like a circle that's already been made
She's
somewhere
saying we can
else.
make one when we get there, so we don't
No,
have
we
to walk
cannot.
back. Can't you do a temporary circle and go to
No.
another circle?
Yes.
I mean, I can teleport to a circle, but it takes 1 full year to make a circle permanent.
Hey,
No, I mean,
permanent.
doesn't need to be
yes, but you
permanent.
can make it temporary.
Yeah.
No, I
She's saying
can't.
it's. How can you not?
I'm pretty sure
No,
this.
Alright, hold
The
on.
teleportation
No.
circle spell
Let's
just
just
makes it
print
makes
the
a portal
teleportation
to a
spell.
to a teleport circle.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Which
sure.
is why I
Look at
moved
that
to
very
the
first.
place.
Look at that very first line up there. You can do a temporary one. She's saying we could walk all the way over to where Jeffrey is, and then make a temporary circle to teleport to one of these permanent ones. We have to walk twice.
I mean, yeah, that's what I. Oh, okay, that's what you mean. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
so we can save Jeffrey, who has been spending months up the ass of ogres.
So you want us to go to? You want us to trek all the way to the ogre family and then teleport
Yep.
to our own city?
Yes.
What are we gonna do with the
But
ogres
if we
then?
take- Well, give the money to us. Well, hey, we can see how it goes, and then I still have cash, so I can we can keep paying them for a while more, and then we can go back.
I mean, I like the God King, but I
Because-
feel like he's already doing good work here, and his hit dice pool is very low, and he will get killed if he comes with us.
Oh yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good
but
point.
He's a
I
bit.
like Jeffrey, but I also don't want him to die. And
Jeffrey's
he's doing
suited
good work.
for low. He's suited for low tier encounters, not end game encounters.
I know, but here's the thing. What is there to fuck?
You know, all the sweet fair maidens that they keep rescuing?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if its fetishes have turned to stanky ass ogre fold or something like that, but I doubt that.
I mean, we can go see the. I guess we can if you guys want to do that.
I mean, I don't personally
Just-
want to do it because it feels like it would be a massive waste of time for a very short interaction that boils down to Jeffrey's doing good. But if he comes along with us for the end of the world, he'll probably die.
Or we find out things are bad and just have another problem to take care of. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to do a new sword.
I
so
would,
that's
I would like to
fine.
progress.
I'm trying to.
Let's
be
go get
quiet.
this. Let's go to Aaron City. Jeffrey will be fine. He's a smart man.
Okay, so it sounds like the
Oh,
party is going to.
Jeffrey's been
postpone that.
taking the XP training downtime for months, and he is only 2 levels behind us, so he's level 7.
He actually at one point had more XP than you guys and couldn't spend it. But yeah, he is.
Oh my god.
He has just been taking the downtime action forever.
He has all the time in the world to just.
Yeah, he's just sitting with his thumb up his ass. So he's practicing his little kobold sword play or whatever. And unless your companion characters have something else they need to be doing when they aren't with you, they just take XP training so they don't fall behind or indeed catch
Also,
up in Annika's case.
with Annika and my daughter, we're already capped out on extra companions that can help us do stuff.
That is also true.
Well, and that means
I
during
miss
this
having-
week, Annika
I
has
miss
taken
having more
XP
companions.
Yeah, that actually does. That is true. Annika does need to make a XP training roll.
I miss having more companions.
I made it too sweet for you in Borks. I got you too used to having all the shit to do. Especially saving the collect. Yeah, you don't even have to. It's mostly saving in the magical menagerie.
I don't have a companion in that game. I don't need to because it's just like
your own fractured versions of yourself, so insanity.
I put
and
half
extra
of my companions in a box. I'll have you know. It's not my fault. My character's a Disney princess, and I collect animals.
You still don't know how to speak with animals, though.
No, and I never will.
Why not?
Because that my
Would ruin the
character's a
mystique?
fucking spurg and would just make it horrible. Also, God forbid Skow makes me fucking ghetto talk at them.
Fuck yeah, brother.
See?
I almost regret making that a thing in this game, but then I don't regret it.
It's okay. I have enough.
Hilarious.
I have enough regret for us all.
It's just funny.
Alright.
All right.
So, the party teleports to Aaron City. Bloop. And now I can archive Alona forever. Alright.
Alright.
So, you have returned to the city. You pop out of the teleportation circle in Briarmount. Much like last time, there are some guards you give a spookin' to, but this time they are more prepared for your arrival and will greet you. They will take you upstairs, get you some lunch, I suppose. If
We
you
only give
so
them a
desire.
minor pack.
And yeah, you guys have your magic items here waiting for you after the week.
I'm going to go pick mine up.
Yeah.
Are you going to identify it as well?
Presumably it comes pre-identified with purchasing it.
I don't know. Does it?
The wizards
Do they know
what
what they've made? Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go over this. So the first item you get is a suit of glistening blue scale and plate armor. It is made of wyvern scales and probably like some of the extra Hedrah armor as well.
Goodbye, greater summers. Goodbye, greater soul essences.
This armor, the Magesmith has named Fortitude, and he will present it to Marcus. Let me put it in everybody's journal. Bloop. It is plate armor +1. While worn, it grants advantage on strength and con saving throws. And if you're attuned to it, once per short rest, you can get a quarter of your maximum HP back as a bonus action.
That's from the Hedrah.
That's dope.
The Hedrah soul.
That's dope.
Goddamn. That's pretty nice.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over Marcus's fucking evasion constitution rolling here.
Advantage on evasion. Advantage on.
Fuck yeah. My boy.
Just advantage
Like-
on all of them saves.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He has evasion for everything as a constitution roll.
Oh man.
With the dragon spear, remember?
I don't
And
think
now
you
he's
get-
advantage.
I don't think you can get double advantage. I think we've been over that.
Correct.
No,
No.
he has all the saves goes to his constitution. That's evasion, remember?
Oh yeah.
And now he has advantage on those saves.
Oh, so now he has advantage and evasion.
Marcus is
does-
very hard to kill with AoE attacks.
Oh,
Yeah.
hopefully this'll protect me in case we run afoul of more giant badgers.
Speaking of giant badgers, another mage smith will come up to Zanza, and he is carrying a great sword in hand, and the blade seems to literally be trembling in its sheath, like it's trying desperately to get out. And he will look nervously at Zanza and say, "Are you sure you want this thing?"
I'm going
It's
to
vibrating
What?
much like the.
I'm going to peer at it and say, "You've named it, yes?"
I've got an idea, but to be honest, I was too afraid of it to mess around with inscribing it.
I mean, no insults to your work, but I already have the perfect name for it.
There it is.
You wish.
Its name is Hate Fuck Kill Murder.
No, I'm going to.
Its name is
I'm-
Bleak Heart Corpse Festival.
I'm going to call it Crest Hollow. It's a representation for the rage I've always felt burning from in me since I saw what that necromancer did. I'm going to make sure that this sword is the last thing he ever feels go through him.
The mage gives you a solemn nod and will take a knee and raise up this mighty sword to you. And yes, you can feel the aura of hatred around this blade as you wrap your fingers around it. And drawing it forth, you see that it is surrounded by a fiery red light. So, here is your sword. This is a great sword +1 to attack and damage. Whenever you enter enter combat with this sword in your possession, you must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom save or go berserk. While berserk, you gain resistance to all non-magical physical damage. However, you go into a blind berserker rage and must attack the nearest creature.
Creature and not ally, I see.
Yeah, just
Enemy
creature.
even. Oh, good. Don't draw that sword on next to us. We're going to get
There
really
is
annoyed
no-
at you.
There's that sword turns off your IFF tags.
Yeah.
So, watch out.
This blade does, in fact, fill you with irreconcilable rage. At the end of each of your turns afterwards, you can make a DC 15 Charisma save to end the Berserker state.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Why
Answer.
charisma?
Because Charisma is force of personality. This is trying to get a hold of yourself once again, to reassert your control over the item.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so probably not. So as a monk, I have called what's stillness of mind, which mechanically, no, never mind. That's only for charmed or frightened.
And this is the opposite of frightening you. I'll tell you that much. So yeah, the best thing you can do is just throw Zanza into the midst of the enemy and stay far away.
That makes sense.
Just stay far away from him.
And second question.
Mm-hmm.
I love that if you just have multiple targets, the
third.
largest and most dangerous is your target. Sick.
Wait, is that actually in there? Oh,
Yeah.
you did.
You
It's-
must
I mean, you
square up
already
with the
do that.
biggest fucker in the room.
Score
already
up
did.
fought. Right. Oh yeah. The question I had: when I do my enchantment bonus from the thunder, does that make it a technical +2, or is it still just a +1?
Let's see. Does your thunder make your weapon a +1 already?
Yeah. That was
Really?
the last thing I got from getting lightning spat on me.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, it would be additive.
Okay.
I think that's fair since Marcus also has a +2 weapon.
Slick.
Oh boy. All right, I'm definitely gonna have to be careful when using this.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
just
it's going
remember,
to
it's while the sword is in your possession, parenthesis, and you're tuned to it.
Oh,
So,
so I don't even have to draw it.
no, this sword, just having it like equipped, will throw you into a rage.
That's kind
What
of
dictates entering combat in this case, then?
Roll initiative.
that's
Oh,
real
goody.
bad. That's like a super huge detriment. Oh
That's
man.
so dangerous.
Yeah, this is effectively useless for each and every one of us.
We're gonna end up just having to fight him at the start of every fight, dude.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Well, hello, Residium. How nice to see you.
No.
Is it
I mean,
really the
What
moment you
fucking,
enter
know, but
combat?
that's the thing.
Jesus
What
fuck.
fucking useless? Like,
It's a DC 15, so it's got a pretty decent chance of failing.
what's your charisma?
My
say?
charisma. Okay, so my charisma is my charisma save is only 2 because I don't have proficiency in it. My proficiencies are Dex and Strength.
Yeah. So you need to roll a 13 or higher DCL on your saves. That isn't dexterity.
Otherwise, I attack the largest and most dangerous thing. I mean, maybe that's
So
the saving
every
grace.
single time you're going to swing at Marcus when a fight starts, this is a problem.
No, you're
Maybe.
actually taller.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe the berserker
And you're
will
a
be
mage.
mechanically more I mean, maybe the necromancer will be mechanically more dangerous.
Yeah, but we aren't the closest though. I suppose to you, a technical actual target is when he can reach, right? So, like, here's a hypothetical. Combat starts. The necromancer is 100 feet away. We're next to him, he goes berserk, and the necromancer is more threatening to him than we are. Does he rush after them, or does he swing at us because we're in a turn's movement?
So, let's see. You must
Closest.
use your action each round to attack the creature nearest to you with the Blade of Rage.
Yeah, no, he's gonna end up killing me every time.
Ah,
So yeah,
yeah. If it was on draw,
Hmm.
hmm.
I'm sorry, Zanza. It's a bad weapon.
Yeah, even
Unfortunately.
even I can't make a case for using that because that just seems like I'm gonna eventually kill, or at least maybe not even kill the party. Let's be real. I'm just gonna get myself killed.
Like,
No, I see you're gonna kill because if you're using all your abilities to kill, that means you also
yeah, you get a
sacrifice.
lot of swings at me you get a lot of attacks in a single turn, and if I, don't
You have
shield
shield.
against you, I mean, I have the shield spell, yes. I'm not convinced that it will work reliably enough to not get me butchered, though.
Okay, so question though.
mhm.
Maybe we can turn this around without turning into Residium. But then I won't have the time to go back and get it and actually use it.
I mean, you
Because I was
can
gonna
keep it and
say,
just not attune to it.
I mean,
It
yeah,
won't become. It won't be. It's not a threat until you attune to it. God, that's
yeah,
annoying.
but it
No, it
takes like a
is.
short rest to attune to something, right?
Yeah.
No, this is a threat because you just need to have it.
Well, I mean,
It's,
once
it's
you're
part of
attuned to-
effect requires attunement. Otherwise, it's just an angry silver blade. Still.
yeah, its effects required.
God, it's not +1 unless you're attuned. That's so fucking annoying. That's the part that really bothers me. Otherwise, you could just use it without ever attuning to it as just a +1 silver greatsword, at least, that looks spooky.
But yeah, I was gonna say if so. Like the only other alternative I can see in my mind is using the Residium, like turning the Tearstone ring, because that's also kind of bad, into Residium, and then using that to like upgrade that one more time so its effect is not nearly as detrimental. But that
Yeah.
would probably take way more time again, and then I would not get to have a plot device for fighting Necromancer at the end. How long would it take if we turn the Tearstone Ring into Residium and then try
turn the
to...
Tearstone Ring into Residium is just like an hour or something.
I can do that very
The
quick.
Bloodstone
but-
Ring?
To make
But
a modification to an extant magic item, I'd say it's probably just like one downtime action, just to change its properties a little bit.
So another week?
Yeah, just a week.
Eesh. I don't think there's a way I can justify a week, is there? Not with the Necromancer literally right there.
We've got work to do. It's still a silver greatsword, and although you're not getting +1 from it, it's magic, so it can't do things like break, which is kind of nice.
I mean,
And
I
it
already
will
have a
penetrate. You
I
have a
already
silver
have a-
greatsword already, yes, but that one isn't magic unless you're pumping power into it, and that means it will.
Actually, it counts as magic anytime I strike because of monk
I'll
bullshittery.
be right back.
Right.
Keep arguing.
Yeah.
It's not even
I
an
mean-
argument. It's just a
Yeah.
discussion.
I mean,
that's fine.
I don't.
Even with default Kensai, whenever you hit like level 3 or 4, your weapons just count as magical for the sake of damage reduction. So I mean, it can probably still break, but it's very unlikely, especially since I pump it with ki, which I'm always going to be doing if I'm using it. It can't break.
So is there a reason that you don't want to use the last rejoinder as a weapon?
The last what now?
The sword,
the
this
executioner sword?
the big executioner samurai sword that we got from the Lizardman guy.
I remember it just not being that impressive.
It does like
It does like 1d12, which
Yeah.
I kind of like.
it does a d12. It's a +1, and if you hit someone who's unconscious, they immediately die.
Yeah, that's
They-
also. I mean, for the Necromancer, yeah, that's something Zanza wants, but only for that. Which I mean, to be fair, which is going to be the Silver Sword as well, because normally Zanza is all for non-lethal subduing.
When we
Yeah,
don't
that
make it
weapon
so.
literally can't be used for non-lethal.
What if you
Wait, where
tie
is
a
it?
string to the sheath of the Berserker sword and then just have the string attached like your belt, and it just drags on the ground, so it's technically not in your
Just an,
possession.
an
And then
angry
as soon as the
badger.
fight starts, then you hurl the sword out of its sheath through the string. So the sword lands on the ground near the enemies, then you run up, grab it, and go into a Berserker rage.
Man, if I was actually
Or out of the air, go full like anime. You hurl it into the air and then do it like a flying leap and grab it in the air, go into a Berserker, and then launch into like a downward thrust.
Yeah, because this would be like a sword carrier situation where I need somebody to specifically hold me this sword and then toss it to me deep in the fray, so I could catch it
Yeah,
and
but
then use it. But
you
that
still will have to be attuned to that. Correct?
Yeah, I have to.
This would be with this sword. If only we had access to the spell that like throws an ally at an enemy.
Oh man.
That would
Or
be
if you had those
perfect.
gauntlets.
Fastball special Zanza.
Yeah. Or if you had
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
gauntlet
but
that
like
puts,
if
weapons
he's
in,
aggressively attacking
dimensional
us, we can't
space,
fastball
so you
him.
can just open your
I
palm
know,
and the sword
As
leaps
soon
out.
as combat.
Yeah, if I had some way to summon the sword whenever it was convenient and not have it
you
have
know
it.
who could do that?
If you're an
An
Eldritch Knight.
Eldritch Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I am not, and don't have time to respec into even if I wanted to be. So,
Yeah. It's just annoying.
You had a
So
week of
annoying.
downtime, so
unfortunately, Cresthollow will not get its vengeance because I really can't justify taking along the sword, and I want it to. Even
I
if it
mean,
was
take it
detrimental.
along, just don't attune to it, and
Yeah.
then you just have a second magical silver greatsword.
What's your bonus to wisdom anyway? Wisdom saves.
None, because monks don't get proficiency bonus to all saving throws. They get strength to dexterity.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
weird.
It
You'd
is.
think it'd be like dexterity and wisdom 'cause monks.
You think it would be, but they chose strength and dex, which is really weird to me.
That is a bit
Well, you
strange. You'd
could
think it would
use
be.
the
I mean, I
last
could see like
rejoinder.
Dex and Wisdom for sure, but strength.
Or even like Dex and Con, like
Or
very
that.
self of the body, that kind of shit.
Yeah. Weird.
I mean, hey, next level I get purity of body, which just makes me immune to poisons. So
It's just so fucking. I'm annoyed. Like this sword would be good if not for the fact that it's only going to be inconvenient
Berserker
unless
rage
you make a
thing?
roll of 15.
This-
Yeah, it's just only
what
ever
you're
going to be
saying-
inconvenient. Like if we're surprised in a fight, If we're
It's a
caught off guard
fucking-
and you're holding it,
it is a-
then
it is
not
a
only do we
death
get like
sentence.
shot at, but you then start trying to murder us because a fight started.
Yeah, and I just
Yeah.
rolled a wisdom save just to see what would the dice of fate say about this. And yeah,
it's not even
It's a bad time.
It's not even
It is more
wisdom,
dangerous to
it's
us than it
charisma.
is to the enemy, sadly.
You know, to fix it,
Fucking-
if it went by the Berserker rules for Record of Lodos War, where as soon as the fight starts, you have to spend an entire action basically going into the Berserker rage, so you're like paralyzed as your muscles bulge and you start foaming at the teeth. So we
That's
can
like
all clear a
2E and shit as
space
well.
for
Yeah.
you or push you forward or something. So when you do go Berserker, the only thing around you is the bad guys.
I'll be right back in a second. I have to go to the bathroom real
Give
bad.
up your first action
Sure.
every turn to power up.
What's your name? Wizard, so you're saying that this sword would be good if it was absolutely anything else but what it is.
Correct.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it would be really good if it did anything other than immediately attack us. That's the opposite of what we want a sword to do in a party member's hands. You know, kill their
Yeah.
friends. It's stupid.
Yeah, and here's the
Just
here's
worthless.
the thing though.
Shit.
Like when you said Berserker, I knew that's like this is not gonna end well. at
I
all.
didn't remember it being nearest creature when battles, like as long as you have it. I thought you had to draw the
Yeah,
blade
you
before
can
it happened.
Actually do an
Yeah.
item sort on Berserker Axe.
Yeah, no, I
right there.
misremembered how Berserker Axe worked. I thought it was until you drew it, so I wasn't quite as prepared to be annoyed as I am right now. I thought it was going to be silly and dangerous because I remember the Berserk Axe being silly and dangerous, but I didn't realize it was when you're holding it as opposed to when you draw it in a fight. It's literally the only thing I didn't either remember or not read correctly at the time. Just fuck, it's so shit because of it.
I mean, on the plus side, look, we still have the last rejoinder, and we can this sword, despite being horrifying, it is worth a lot of money.
I don't want to. Oh, what you mean the Badger Blade?
Breaking it down would result in a sizable profit. It is classified as a rare sword. It is a powerful magical item, and it's the soul essence used to make it was a very powerful soul.
An extremely
So
angry
the-
soul.
Yeah.
I bet you could
So
probably,
not
if you
only
had
will you get a lot
downtime,
of power out of
if you had
Also, I'm
downtime,
sorry.
you could probably do like a research thing for like a one-use potion or spell or something that automatically attunes you to an item. So he could just carry it around without claiming it, and then
Or
take the magic one-shot, whatever, when he absolutely needs to,
Perhaps.
and immediately bond to it.
maybe.
Well,
okay, okay.
real quick. Bathroom thoughts, because I was thinking of this on the toilet. So, Zanza's a monk, and
Yes.
like I said, stillness of mind is all about being able to control and like balanced mind from anything that's altering its effects. So what if we keep the sword for now? I don't attune for it, and then later, if we get a downtime action, Zanza could train, and he would be able to train himself to maybe deal with the berserker effect, so that he at least does not hurt his friends.
Sure. I mean, it might be worth doing, and there's also, I do like Adja's idea of making you like attunement in a bottle or attunement in an item, so that you can just be like suddenly, bam, I can use this sword.
I was thinking of because we still want to get rid of we still want to bail on the bloodstone ring, right? Did you still want to do that?
It's really not good either. That one, but it's not as bad as this one. And I was just like,
Because I was thinking that if we do that, we can use the residium to commission another item, something to give Zanza clarity of thought, something that will like if he wears like a kind of like a headband that or a diadem that stops him from being able to harm his friends.
So like a
in
slave
any
crown.
way. That way,
FF6.
he's a guided missile instead of just a fire and just like a dumb fire rocket.
I got
It
the
is-
reference.
He's not some like nitroglycerin sitting next to us.
Ugh.
So you're
Well, that's
saying
not-
is
we
you
can
want
try
to
doing
make him You want to bind them to some wood, some dirt, stuff like that, and making
What?
TNT is dynamite.
But, but-
No, I want to make an item that stops him from being able to hurt his friends. That way he can use the sword without a problem of us being on the receiving end. Like him being incapable of hurting his friends at all.
That would work up until the point where we make a new friend and then he kills the new friend.
Although, yeah, there are still issues like we would
yeah,
not
we
be
lose the
able
ability to do our usual
would-
job of winning someone
we
over.
we would be incapable of talking someone down. At
the
all.
only
Ever.
way I can, I mean, unless we use Residium to modify it, or Zanza trains with it to master the rage and sights in him.
Gotta Kratos it.
Gotta calm the rage so that it's controlled fury instead of a wildfire.
But you don't have a boy.
I don't have a boy though.
It's true, you don't.
The main reason why I want to do that is because it's sufficiently, and I'm looking at you, Hedrah. It's sufficiently monk-y. Ha ha ha. But
It is very much to the aesthetic of your class, that is for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So
Are you
yeah.
looking at me and calling me a monkey?
No, I'm looking at you and going like, I'm expecting you to make the joke. But you didn't, so I'm gonna continue on. But yes, I'll keep the sword, and I guess I'll just have to try to meditate on it later to figure out how to use it.
Okay.
Tearstone
So you
ring.
could ask, here's the question. You could also ask if you become a champion of Leyland to ask, hey, could you make this sword, like, not be a murder hobo? That would be nice.
Thunder sword. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna give up on the sword just yet.
Just
Well, like I said,
keep
you
it in
got
your
that choice
backpack
too.
then. Don't attune to it and just use the last rejoinder sword for now.
Where is that anyway? It's on the
At the bottom.
Bottom of the
magic
list.
So we've got other business in
Yeah,
In,
God talking time.
Yeah, let's go to the Pantheon. We have to talk to some gods.
Yes.
The pantry.
The Pantheon, yes, indeed.
Is Jace actually here?
Yes.
The pantry.
Or actually, no, he is with the Foxmeat
Inquisition.
Crusade. So.
Okay.
So it's guess up.
She's
Yeah,
not
they're-
with the Foxmeat Crusade, but yes, she and I believe Kaelin have also both left. So. As has.
I thought.
Aura.
I thought.
And,
No, I thought that Skeza was going to do that as well. That's what she was taking over.
No, Skeza
Commando.
was taking over the actual Arunan army and going to fight the giants. The Foxbees are still engaged with the undead.
No, that's not what happened.
Did
that's
I
not
go
what
She said
backwards?
she was going to go fight the undead too.
Yeah. And
Oh, right, it was
Kaelin
Kaelin
was
who
going.
was going to fight the...
Kaelin was going to
Kaelin's
take.
going.
Right,
yeah.
okay, got him backwards. So, same net effect.
Okay.
They have both gone to take command of one wing of the army.
Okay. So up in the north with fighting the necromancer, there's the Foxbee Inquisition and a detachment of the Arunan army.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's mostly like... So, fighting the Necromancer is primarily Foxbees and some, like, volunteers from Aruna.
Volunteers or voluntolds?
Volunteers. The Voluntolds are fighting the giants, along with the
Okay.
regular, like, knights and stuff.
Yeah, we'd rather deal with necromancy than giants.
I mean...
One we fought before, the other just squishes us under heel.
Yes, the captain of the royal guard is leading the regular army, while the pope is leading the horde of buzzing fanatics. Correct. Zandy?
Buzzing phonetics. Yeah, basically.
Alright, so the party makes their way from the symposium just a bit down the street to the Pantheon. And when you arrive, you find that the building has been cleared out.
They're expecting us.
They
I
are
guess.
indeed. The only people present are a handful of paladins who
It's a
stand
poet.
guard outside. You are quickly escorted into the inner sanctum. The knights avert their eyes and open the doors, and inside you find yourselves faced with a collective of divine figures standing before you.
Huh. Kandarn, Anteria, and Agarash, and Wolvar. All of them.
Everybody has shown up.
Wow.
Yes, as you walk in, does anyone have anything they would like to say or do before the gods take the initiative?
Clear is the one I'm
I
looking for.
would. The paladins who let us in, they're not staying, right?
No, they have immediately shut the doors behind them.
Good.
Bye.
Clear is the one I'm looking for, right? Or am I getting
You
that
want to talk
mixed
to
up?
Lanin?
Yeah. So let's go over the assembled figures here.
Yes.
We have, of course, front and center a handful of figures you guys have met before, namely
Front
the
and cut out a
purple.
whole bunch then, Savin, sorry. I don't know if you did for anyone else, but you went front.
It did for me.
Yeah, it's cut out.
Beep boop.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, let's go over the figures standing before you. We have, of course, the legendary dragon booty herself, Kinara, goddess of courage and friendship and also fertility. She is the great purple Draco Tar, kitted up as a knight with breastplate and shield. Beside her stands Lanin, the blonde bombshell of an Amazon storm goddess. She is Sieg's mother. And, of course, a figure you have helped in the past to rid her of the Fisher King. We then have Kalira, Kitsune goddess of trickery and magic. A raven-haired, smiling maternal woman who locks eyes with Merisiel immediately upon entrance and gives her a knowing smile. Across from her is Mithras, the catfolk deity, perpetually pregnant, motherly, maternal, a figure of eternal love and comfort. She gives you all a slight nod of her head as you enter. Kandarn, a flame-haired dwarf in a long blacksmith's coat and apron. He paces impatiently, waiting for you to enter. You've never seen him before, nor truly interacted with his followers aside from one. And of all of the deities here, he seems to be the least interested in you. He's
He's a crotchety old dwarf.
Yeah, he is a crotchety old dwarf, and he does not have time for this bullshit. Across from him stands a human-looking woman, pale of skin with faded pink lips and a mask across her eyes. She carries a headsman's axe at her side and is clad up in a flowing black dress. She is Tyria, goddess of the grave and youngest amongst the deities. We have Woavar,
Tyria.
a elven man with sun-bronzed skin and bleached white hair. His raiment is of shining radiant gold, as is his wont, as he is the god of the sun and of fire. Speaking of flame gods, previous lord of destruction and now solely the god of war is Agarash, a huge, broad-shouldered hobgoblin with a hairy chest and long beard, and a pair of axes and swords at his side. He is wearing only breeches and has his arms crossed over his chest, glowering at you. So yes, Frida waves and says, hello.
I was muted. Well,
Hi.
Zanza is going to immediately zip over and give Lena a hug on her legs because let's face it, Zanza's too short to come up toward.
Yeah,
And
you face plant into her, like, crotch plate, basically.
And
She's a big
immediately
woman.
just starts pleading for forgiveness.
She looks down with a confused glint in her eye, looks back at the party, then gives a slight laugh and pats her head and says, "It's all right, Zanza. Don't know what you did, but apology accepted."
All this time I thought I had your blessing, and I was wrong. All this time I was wrong.
You did have my blessing, Zanza, even if you didn't quite understand what it was. After all, I owe you a debt of gratitude, you and your friends, for saving my temple and keeping my one and only daughter alive.
So even though you weren't gifting me my lightning powers, you still like me?
Of course. Though I understand you have a new patron now. She'll
Zanza will.
give a little grin at that and say, "It's all right. She's a dragon of the storms, one of my chosen."
I at least hoped there would be some overlap there. And of course, I may be her knight, but you'll always be my goddess.
Me and not Sieg.
Both of you.
Well, I suppose that's getting somewhere.
The service pledge to the daughter, of course, extends to the mother.
She'll grin and nod, look to the rest of you. Please, come in. We've been expecting you.
Sure. It's alright with you. I'll perch on the corner here. I've already set in my ways. Rather just listen here.
Clara
We
will
only-
run up and hug Merisiel, whisper in her ear, "Oh my gods, I am so glad you're all right. Mostly."
Mostly.
We only just recently got word that we needed all of your blessings to be able to get the cloaks. How are you all here already?
From the back of the room, you hear Agaresh grunt, "We're gods, fool. How do you think?"
Oh, right. The spying thing.
I always thought it was carrier pigeons.
There's a general eye roll or snicker amongst the gods, depending on their disposition.
Who is Sierra best suited to?
It's a good question. Let's see.
I feel she wouldn't want to be left out of this, the inevitable final encounter.
Correct. Well, let's see where the player characters go, and then we'll let the companions figure out where they want to go.
And then it's revealed due to all her stealing, she is designated as the new god of thievery.
Yeah, I mean, Kalira would be a fantastic pick for her. That's probably the deity she actually worships, but it would be very difficult for Kalira not to give her Scion here her blessing. So yes, Marcus, you approach Kanara, who welcomes you with a great big hug.
Oh, it's good to talk to you again. So, some fun things. The egg is A-OK, so more dragons, which is always a good thing. That's tops. Also, there's like a super big dragon lady who came back to life. She said she's like the first dragon, and I thought you were the one and only dragon god, so that was a little weird. But she was nice.
We're gonna have to talk about that, I think.
Well, Senatrey has been away for a while, so I guess I usurped her position in the interim.
Think of it maybe as keeping it warm for her. Anyway,
Sunday,
I think you're still A-okay.
See the gods duke it out for their position.
Yeah, she'll smile at that and say, well, most of us have gathered here to see which of a few of you will vie for support, but I suppose your mind's already made up?
Well, I don't know. Do you think I've got a chance with any of the gods here?
Oh, I don't know. There might be a certain goddess who fancies you, but we'll have to see.
Oh man, keeping my fingers crossed. It's gonna be unfortunate if everyone goes to the moon and I'm stuck here sitting on this egg, which, you know, is an important duty, but it'd be nice to fight for the survival of the world too.
Well, I've got good news for you, Marcus. You might be able to do both at the same time.
Oh, great.
So, each of us have convened to remake our divine mantles, the raiments we gave to our champions in ages past to allow them to visit us in our divine realms, which, as I believe Senator told you, is the way to Karnas, your moon god nemesis.
Right.
Unfortunately, all our mantles were destroyed in the fall of winter, well, except Kalira's, which has already been recovered. So, we, those of you who will choose to work with us, will need your help to make new ones. As for you, Marcus, I think my request of you should be well within your ken. The dragon egg you have.
Yes.
I can make you a mantle of its shell. But, of course...
I think he's using it
yes.
for the time being.
Luckily, I am also the goddess of fertility, which means I have some say in these matters. You are already aware of our temple to the north that is being reconsecrated soon.
Yeah, I was gonna take a step back up there, because, you know, Paladin stuff. We had to talk about that.
Well then, I would like you to take the egg there, and let it be present. Indeed, let it be the focal point of this rededication ceremony. If you do this, I shall transfer all of the divine might I can muster into the egg, and accelerate its life. It shall be born within a few moments of the ritual being completed.
Sure, that sounds great. That's extremely convenient.
She'll nod her head and say, just be careful of your friend you left there. This ritual won't go well for her.
Oh, no worries. Senator gave me a thing that should fix her little problem right up.
Well then, hopefully my request of you shall be easy and simple, as all things should be.
I'm looking forward to it.
Alright, so Zanza, Marcus, and Mary have all squared away. Frida, you approach Kandarn, the grumpy dwarf who looks up at you with arms crossed and says, "So, you're the goat bard, eh?"
Yes, pleasure to meet you.
I've been accumulating quite a bit of knowledge out there.
Oh,
Make me...
Yes. So, yeah. Reaches into her backpack, starts getting books out.
Yes, the archives. Been there myself. Not impressed, unfortunately,
have?
for you. No, if you want my support, I'll need something sacred to me. Something lost
Okay.
that must be found. So, you want to be my champion, eh?
Yes.
I'll size you up for a moment. Alright. Long ago, far before you were born, I had a monastery here in the Weald. A thief, a cunning scoundrel, broke into it, stole away a tome my priest had been keeping secret for hundreds of years. Now, she's threatening to use it, getting near ready to perform a foul ritual that'll turn her into a monster. I want my book back. Bring it here, and I'll use its pages to form you a mantle. The witch's name is Merisiel, has a tower just outside of a city you're familiar with.
Oh shit.
Ah. Yes.
Good. Bring me back the book, and I will name you my champion. And, for what it's worth, good luck. Against that witch, you'll need it.
Well, that's pretty much how we've been operated on hope and luck.
Hey, maybe add a bit of skill to that mix. By which I mean you have skill. But you'll need all of it.
Nods. Bows. Thank you. Hope you have a good day.
He smirks somewhat and inclines his head. Looks over to Agaresh as you step away and says, "Say that? Not half as bad as you thought they were. I had them talked up like they were little Rasha devils." Hobgoblin God just crosses his arms and glowers at the lot of you. Alright.
Just waves at that person. Hello.
Yeah. And lo, we have 4 deities for our companions to choose from.
Let me I'm thinking here for a minute.
What's Wovar's domain again? Sorry.
He is the god of light.
Sun.
Yes, he is the god of light. Agaresh is war. Kandarn is knowledge and forge. Tyria is the grave. Kalir is trickery and magic. Mithras is life. Lanen is tempest. And Kanara is protection.
And
I
this
think
is,
Syrah would like Mithras because she does that whole family support thing.
this
That makes
is where
sense.
Sarah chooses
Huh.
the god of war.
I was going to think around a bit for what I actually want to take.
Sarah chooses the god of war. Her long con plan to get revenge on her mother.
Also, while they're discussing that, Zanza. I don't
Mhm.
believe I mentioned what Lanen needs from you.
Nope. you
So
did
let's do that. While the others are talking, Lanen will take a knee in front of you and put a hand on your shoulder and say, "Listen, Zanza. I'd love to just let you into my domain, but you need a mantle, and that means I need something sacred to me."
Sansa nods.
Hmm.
Is it lightning? Or thunder? Is it lightning and thunder?
I wish. Those I have in abundance. But for this, I need something tangible. Something of the storms itself. You remember our old friend, the Fisher King?
Zanza just smash cuts to being one-hit KO'd. More vividly than I would like, yes.
What you fought was a facsimile, a aspect, much like we here are aspects of our divine self. The real Fisher King, the true one, he lies buried off the coast of Ervanen. If I am to be secure in my domain as goddess of the storms, that beast must die, and I will make you a glorious mantle of its scales.
So what you're telling is that it's time for round 2 against the Fisher King.
It's time for round 2 against the Fisher King.
Score up, thought.
She grins and slaps you on the shoulder. I thought I could count on you.
Did you just shout Squire up thought?
Not sure if I want to put that in character or not.
No, you are not.
You know, Zanza's definitely looking like he's ready for that fight. This time I'm not going to fall to the Fisher King.
Good, because this time there won't be a group of redeemers to take the blows for you. You'll be on your
what-
own.
What element did the Fisher King use again?
I believe he was acid.
Oh.
His breath was a corrosive brine.
Okay. Well, at least I have evasion now. I've gotten rather good at dodging breath weapons. I tend to run into them a lot.
That you do.
Don't worry. I have the Fisher King. I'll have the Fisher King hide it and present it to you within the week.
Whew. Careful with
wait.
your promises,
Within the
Zanza.
week.
Less than that, I forget I have to do this with my friends.
Less than that, you expect you would try to put us on an impossible schedule. There, Zanza.
I'm sorry, I forget that we're with my. We all have to travel together. Zanza will lean and go.
It's not just you. We can't run as fast as you can. Although I can beat you to Ervanen whenever I want, but
That's teleporting circle. That's cheating.
meh.
But right, we'll have the Fisher King.
And yeah, the Fisher King was shooting like death brine.
And after this, I'll finally have the right to be truly in your domain. I won't just be an imposter.
She will sort of give you a little noogie and say, "Good. I look forward to seeing you truly in the fold."
All right, Zanza's ready.
Alright. So Mithras, goddess of life. Let's see what she has to say. So, when all's said and done, Sierra comes back and talks to her dear mommy. She will tell you that Mithras wants her to travel to a small village south of the capital called Kenros, which is suffering from raider attacks. She wants us
From Raptor, sorry?
raider attacks.
Raider. It sounded like you said like Raptor, like some kind of rape raptor
I
hybrid.
mean, that might be what the bandits are, after, but no, that's not quite.
Jesus.
Rape raptors, Jesus fuck.
Raptors, yeah.
Terrifying.
She will say that the village matron is a priestess of Mithras who's heavy with pregnancy. If we can help her to make peace with these bandits, to save all of these innocent lives, then Mithras will make us a mantle.
I'm concerned as to what material she would make it out of, since it's supposed to all be symbolic.
Sierra will kind of look awkwardly around and blush a little bit and say, the matron is very close to giving birth.
Right.
The
I figured it would be that. Oh, give Sarah a pat on the head. Okay, you can do that. So I take it she doesn't want bandits murdered, but she actually wants like some kind of peace figured out?
Yes. Goddess of Life
Okay.
is indeed interested in protecting the hearth and home, but also not killing a bunch of people.
Okay.
Also not being a murder hobo.
Yes. She would prefer you
We could do
not to
that.
murder hobo this.
Easy peasy. This is like the kind of quest that we could probably get Jeffrey to accomplish for us with his masterful skills and his squadron of bad guys turned to good.
It turns out all the bandits are just female kobolds.
That would be pretty great.
Yeah.
Just stick Jeffrey on them and walk away. By the time we get back, the quest is done 10 times over.
He becomes a blue wizard and casts Thought Steal.
Jesus. All right. And so we are left with Wolvar, Agaresh, and Tyria.
I feel
So
like Agaresh is too sexist for her.
I
Yeah.
want to talk to each of these three,
Okay, sure.
if that's okay.
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
I'm gonna give Mama a hug, a squeeze. I gotta figure some things out. Okay.
Of course.
I don't.
Are you not going to take my mantle?
I want to, but I don't know who I am anymore. Not after what happened. I mean, I have all my memories and I still think like I do, but what's inside isn't the same anymore. I feel different. I don't know what's going to happen to me. I don't know if this feeling will go away in time, or if after a while I won't be Mary anymore. Because Mary's not here anymore. She's over in her real body.
Clara will shake her head and put her hands on your shoulder. You'll always be my Mary. I know you, and I can feel your soul. It's complicated, but, well, no matter what, you'll always be my daughter. And she will give you a kiss on the forehead.
Thanks. I just need to think. I need to figure this out. Just give me a minute.
Alright?
So I want to. All right, let's start with this other one. This Tyria.
Alright, yeah. The maiden in black will lock eyes with you as you approach. They
I'm going to-
gleam a dark red beneath her mask.
My headphones got tangled, but I was trying to say if I was an actual monk, I could have given you advice on the soul.
I think you'd also want, like, the religion skill for that.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I think the monk actually gets that.
It's an option for the monk.
So I'm going to step towards her and I'm going to stare. I'm going to thump my staff down on the ground and just lean on it as I'm watching her.
Alright, yeah. She will watch you
So-
back silently.
So, how's my sister's soul treating you?
You will see a little half smile beneath the mask, and Tyria will say, soft as silk, "She is a most loyal servant, as is Mithglin, if you're curious."
I'm glad Mithglin is where she belongs. I feel it's mighty disrespectful of you to steal away a soul like that.
I am the goddess of the grave, as the dwarves once called my position the psychopomp. is my duty to shepherd souls to the afterlife, but sometimes these souls have yet to fulfill their purpose.
I was in the bathroom, which is why I cannot do this. But Zanza will definitely rush over and ask if Mifflin's okay.
Ah, yes. And yes, she is. She and the other brave souls I have taken into my bosom are yet my loyal champions.
What about the souls of those who are affected by necromancy? Are they actually okay?
It depends on the necromancy. That which reanimates the body leaves the soul to fly to the afterlife, and it is my duty to escort them. That which animates the soul but not the body, though, she shakes her head, that is the worst of all transgressions.
Which does the necromancer over at the Hill of the Dwarves use?
He uses necromancy of the body, but he lusts for souls that have no form. You met one such yourselves, as I recall, a prince buried beneath the ground.
Yes. We've already had to stop him from enslaving several souls. I'll admit that I was wrong thinking that simple necromancy was enough to enslave the soul to the body, but that doesn't mean he's not trying to anyways.
Indeed.
But, Danza will look at Mercy and go, I am sorry for interrupting the conversation. I just wanted to make sure my friend was safe.
It is all right. Now, Merisiel and Duskrender, I wonder why are you speaking with me? Do you not have a mother most willing to give you her mantle?
I'm doing some soul searching.
Ah, you said it!
Yeah, you get another little half smile from the goddess.
What's inside me isn't what used to be. And I'm having to have some self-reflection.
Very well. Would you like to hear my request for you?
Yes.
She'll nod and say, to be honest, I didn't expect one of you would speak to me after your friend so suddenly disappeared. But I would be happy for your help all the same. My servants cannot be everywhere at once, and my priesthood is small indeed. There is a town to the north of here called Sylvanhall. Just a few days' travel from the port of Duranth. City you're familiar with, I'm sure.
It's a Fey enclave, yeah?
Once it was an elven enclave, hence the name. When winter fell upon it, the lord of the keep there, the Sylvan Hall itself, was turned into a wretched undead, a soul dispossessed of its body and left to haunt his hall for eternity. Several of my priests have tried and failed to rebuke this wandering soul. He will not be budged by simple means. Yet he must be freed of this torment. I cannot bear to see him suffer so. If you will destroy this undead, release his soul into the afterlife, that I may take it into my bosom, I will craft you a mantle of this hall's ancient wood.
All right. The free a tortured soul.
She nods.
Okay. I will think about it.
Please do.
And take good care of my sister.
I take good care of all souls. It is my job, after all.
Yeah, but this one's my sister.
She'll just give you a little half smile again and a nod. As you say.
Alright. Then I'm gonna step up to Agaresh.
Or like square
Okay.
up.
I will square up. I will just do what I did with Lord Winter. I'm just going to stand there and gonna stare at it. I'm going to straighten my back and I'm going to cross my arms and I'm just going to stare at him.
Alright, yeah. Hobgoblin God crosses his arms over his great big burly chest and stares down at you for a long moment before he actually twitches into a slight grin and says, "Well, you got balls, don't you?"
Yeah, I do.
Well, color me surprised when he's talking to me. Considering everyone in this
Yes.
goddamn continent hates my ass, but hey. I could use a champion, since you're apparently having some mommy issues.
It's not her problem. It's a me problem.
That's what they all say, kid.
Yeah, this continent has had some problems and hasn't been. You haven't gotten along. But if there's one thing I've learned from being raised by Kalira, it's that all people deserve a second chance, and I guess that includes gods too.
Well, lucky me. Alright. You want to be my champion? Fine.
Maybe. I'm no stranger to war. And I know eventually there's going to be one other one after we deal with these giants. There's going to be another one.
And another one after that. And after that. All the way down, it's war. But fine. Let's take a little sample of that, huh? Got a city I have an eye on here. Fort Scarin.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, you are. Well, these giant bastards, the Fear Thuin, they've been raiding it, making it hell for my troops. My clerics, even. They're led by a fellow by the name of Belmariss, the Dread-Eye. Their champion. Slay the cunt, bring me back his cape, and then I'll make you my champion. And you even get to feel good about saving a city in the process. Isn't that nice?
It would be nice. War can be it can be a force of good. It's not all about destruction, right?
It's mostly destruction.
It has a purpose, just like all things.
War is politics by other means. A way to assert yourself and your beliefs. As you should well know.
Speaking of which, if Merisiel doesn't choose to be your champion and do your task, can I cut in for a deal?
Zanza, are you just following me around as I talk to all the gods?
Maybe.
Alright, tag along. What do you want?
I want a contingency plan. If for whatever reason the necromancer has an army backing himself up, and we have no way of dealing with it but sending in our own foxbees, and you're the god of war, I'm going to want your backing for when that battle happens, if it happens.
Oh, you want for Swear Lane and for me, huh?
I think
I'm not trying to become your champion. I'm simply asking you for a favor. A favor for a favor.
Alright. I could give a little boost to your troops if you take care of my Belmariss problem.
And that'll be if Merisiel chooses not to be your champion, and if we have time to do it. We are on a rather busy schedule. No offense to the machination of the gods.
Yeah, after all, I just sit here on my ass all day.
You cut out there.
Yeah.
He just like shrugs and says, like I sit on my ass all day.
Right. It'll be an option on the table. You'll know soon enough whether we do it or not.
Right. And one last god remains.
No, let's see Wovar.
One who probably won't tear my throat up as bad.
No.
Goodbye, drink.
That's one for Annika if there was any big.
Well, we'll see. Annika might end up cozying up to Kalira. Or Sira could end up with Kalira and Annika with Mithras. Who knows? Depends on how Merisiel goes. Yeah.
Well, hello there. God of Light, huh? Haven't heard much about you.
And yet you see me every day, the Lord of Light says, holding his head proudly.
Yeah. Though there are some who can't.
Yes, cursed undead and other abominations, not fit to see the sun's light.
Why did you do it?
I like this guy.
Posh Zanza.
Why did I create vampires, you mean?
Yes.
That's easy. They had become monsters on the inside. I simply made them a reflection of what they truly were. The woman you speak of called herself my high priest, yet she sacrificed innocents and blood orgies in my name. She was a hedonist, the worst of the lot, one who would lead her human tribes into barbarism, and she dared to set her eyes upon my son and call me hers.
That was 1,300 years ago? The whole civilization has risen and fallen in the time.
And 100 more shall come and go with the setting of the sun before that monster earns her redemption. Now why do you speak of this, Merisiel Duskrender? Are you asking for me to forgive an abomination?
Yes. I would not. It's important that people get their due rights, but also that people be willing to forgive.
Your mother should have taught you better, Merisiel.
She
To
taught me
gain
just fine.
redemption, the soul in question must be willing, must seek it out. You cannot redeem someone who revels in their monstrosity.
Sometimes people have to be shown that they were wrong and offered.
You had your chance. How was Winter and the others' response, I wonder? Do they feel sorry for their actions?
Winter, August. No, he doesn't. But were it not for others' interference, he would have seen the light back 50 years ago. And yet again, not too long ago, he was about to do the same thing and stomp all over people again just for the fun of it. And yet we confronted him and told him no, to stop it, to find another way, to do things differently, and he did. He relented. It took a little bargaining.
And yet
But in
winter
the
is not
end-
an abomination I created. He is a monster of his own making. You and I speak of his creatrix, Rowan Seraphine, my one-time priestess. She is worse than
Yes.
him by far, though taciturn of her faith. If you could convince her to lament her mistakes of the past, there could yet be forgiveness. But the goddess of redemption has had hundreds of years to make that happen. So far she remains as black-hearted as ever, her and all her git.
If I were to convince her, would you turn back your curse upon those like her?
Only those who seek redemption may find it in my light. I will not bless her children, nor Winter, or any other vampire that hides within the shadows. Let them step into the light and see my radiance once more, or else cower in the darkness, like the monsters they still are.
God of light. I will. Merisiel will definitely stamp her staff on the ground and shake her head. More like God of grudges. You could learn something by talking to my mother. Sometimes people can't just walk into the light. They need to be. It needs to be brought to them, and for a gentle hand to be given to them.
And
No,
some
I will
people are
not.
beyond redemption.
That is where you are definitely wrong. I'll turn away from him.
Alright, you get a divine scoff at your back, and Walvar will
You
lean
are-
against one of the pillars.
No God of light should be so cruel. So, my choices then are Agarash or Tyria or Kalira. I was hoping this would give me some insight.
It totally did.
Whoops. Shit.
Whoops.
That was supposed to be a PM. Never mind. I keep forgetting that you can't put PMs in multiple lines.
Nope. Oh well, you answered the question for them anyway, I suppose. It's just a meaningless statement of their domain to us otherwise. I figure it's gotta be your mum. You literally just talked another god down about not being redemption-y enough and referred to her as your mother.
Yeah.
I mean, you pretty much set yourself up for that almost perfectly. If you'd then also played Got Your Nose, then you would have nailed the trickster aspect too, and you'd be set.
Did the guy of light say what he wanted yet?
No, Merisiel told him to fuck off before he even got a chance.
I thought what he wanted was for her to be redeemed, or was I not?
No, that was totally
No.
Merisiel just
Just being him a dick waffle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Merisiel started that conversation.
I do have a question. You say you're the god of light. Does that include the metaphorical?
I suppose.
I have this new blade of mine. It's It's rather unwieldy, and if used ineffectively, on a chance I'll go around and start hurting my friends. The blade is powerful, but I can't use it if it endangers my own comrades. If you have a favor, and I managed to do it, would you be able to bless me with the sight to be able to distinguish my friends from foes, even while in the rage of the sword?
See, this one, he will pat you on the head, seeks to avoid doing evil, and to protect his friends. A worthy goal.
Of course, the whole reason why I've been here and started this adventure is to make sure to help protect people and to vanquish evil. I too hold none favor for the necromancer.
Very well, I can give you a task that will see your blade cleansed. He will look askance at Kandarn beside him before saying, As I am the god of light, the sun is mine, and no light should shine more brightly than mine. Yet a mortal soul has dared to defy the heavens and create a sun of his very own. I will see it snuffed out before it destroys more than I ever could.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Haskern Covenstone, the dwarven artificer, has made a bomb of unimaginable power, even worse than the one he's already detonated. I would see his notes destroyed, his research burned, and his bomb dismantled. Let no one else suffer because of mortal hubris.
I can't say I have many disagreements with this quest. Especially, you say it's even stronger than the first one he made.
Yes, several times more powerful. It shall darken the skies with its light, shall blind all those for miles around, forevermore. And all because of the Elven Queen. He will look over Kandarn at Kreshia, sitting at the other end of the room.
That's a rather important quest to undertake. Shouldn't that have been brought to our attention a lot sooner?
You were lucky. Your friend has convinced him, for the moment, to delay detonation. But the man is a psychopath, consumed by his own vainglorious ambitions. He will use it eventually.
I'll make sure to see that the second one does not go off. The first one had rather catastrophic effects that we're still dealing with the fallout from. A second one cannot be permitted, especially if it's stronger.
Good man.
He
Perhaps
won't be
there's
happy
hope for your group yet.
He won't be happy to hear it, but I'm sure I can talk him down. After all, we're talking catastrophic levels of destruction.
He nods.
Alright, I'll undergo your quest. Not even for the boon you offer, but because, if not, I fear that the giants won't be the only threat to destroying the world.
Hardly. It would be a dark day indeed should Haskern's notes be disseminated. I foresee a world in which every nation-state has these weapons of mass destruction. A world on the
fuck you.
tipping point of war eternal and destruction that cannot be undone.
So what you're saying is, he's developed a weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
Yes, it is time to undertake Metal Gear Quest.
Oh, damn it. No, I have to do this. This is literally Metal Gear.
Well,
God damn it.
DCL.
Yes.
I'm just gonna tell his mum on him.
if you
Problem
check-
solved.
Tell his mom. Oh man.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
My plan
He's gonna
literally
get
is tell his
such
mum
a
on
spanking.
him.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
And that'll solve the problem.
I feel like Backy's actually very proud of Haskern.
I mean, she's proud of him, but also,
Well,
you know, Yeah.
she's proud of what he accomplished, not the fact that he's literally gonna blow up the fucking planet that she herself tried to fucking save.
I mean,
Yeah.
Haskrin doesn't
I
think he's gonna
can't
do
sell
that.
cocainium to people who are dead.
It's true. A dead man makes no sales.
But yeah, stop Haskrin quest. Definitely a priority now.
Ugh. I
There's
was
a
hoping
lot
this
of
campaign
issues.
would end before the year was out, though. Just gonna put that one out.
I mean, that one should be an easy quest, right?
I mean, again, like half of these quests are optional. You can just do like 3 and you're good.
Yeah.
And you know full well that isn't gonna happen, Savin.
Hey, look, that's your problem.
Well, I
It
already,
It is. It is my problem, but it's your fault.
Hey, it's gonna be
I already
fun.
mapped out the path.
Yeah, it will be.
South,
Alright.
throne, teleport,
All right. Any other
and
god
then
who
teleport back.
who hasn't given a quest?
Nope. All the deities who have unfinished quests are now in red, and Kalira is blue because she already has a mantle.
All right. So Fisher King for Lena. Stop Raiders for Agresh. Stop the fucking nuclear holocaust for Wolvar. All right, it's all written down.
Yes, I am adding the deity quests to your log as we speak.
See, the problem
Crap,
is
I wish you said that while I didn't have it open. Now I've had to hit
And you
cancel
see,
now. I
I
hope
hit-
it hasn't broken it all.
And
I
I
haven't
see- I
added
even
anything
have-
yet. You can just cancel out, or just
Yeah, I
save
hit
your
cancel.
changes.
It's fine.
And you see, I have even more reason now to be very radical about this fucking quest because you're literally developing ley lines to try to harness magical energy, while Casterdex is
Not
making
for-
fucking nuclear magical bombs.
Not for years. Not in this
No.
fucking timeline.
Look, man, it's only gonna take a few more. Even if that doesn't happen for a century, that's a century later where the fucking
I know.
ability to make magical nukes, weapons of mass destruction, is a thing.
that is not what the lay siphons are for.
Yeah, that's not what they're for. A lot of technology is developed for one thing and then gets put to use for another.
Oh my god, get off your soapbox, you commie little bastard.
Look,
I mean,
man,
You're getting in the
right.
way of our freedoms!
this is a clear fucking line to nuclear weaponry. All I'm
Look,
saying.
just because the Bleaksworthy family is going to one day be a PMC doesn't mean you can start stepping on my WMD ambitions, okay?
Oh, good.
Look.
All I'm
Look,
saying is,
The
if
lay
I'm not
energy
allowed to,
fuel
if I'm
cells
not
are
allowed
going
to
be
start
great.
the Vampire
Power.
SS, which would have been the coolest thing, we're not allowed to start the magical nuclear war, which will also be a cool thing, but but no. As much as magical fallout would,
What we need is to what we need is to find a one man who is just more jacked than everyone else is, and elect him as our leader. It's fun.
That's how that Putin comic ended up, right? That's how that works.
It's talking about Armstrong, but okay.
yeah.
I mean, you know, whatever.
Oh, good. All right, I'm done.
See, the issue is that Clear already has a champion, and I don't want to usurp my mom. If anything, I would just be borrowing the cloak.
All right, there you go. Quest log is updated, and everything on there should be more or less accurate, including all your
Although
side
you
quests.
have appeared to have named the dragon goddess Sean Treya.
What?
Good old Sean Treya, the primordial
Sean
goddess.
Treya.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
There
That's
you
fine.
go. Yeah, I mean, I would like to do Senatreya and is wait, Kina, which one did you stick with in the end? Are you going with your mom?
I mean, at best, I would just be borrowing the cloak.
I mean, that works okay because our characters are really fucking pregnant, and we're probably not going to be able to come for all of these
But I
divine
could
right
become the
quests.
champion of war.
No, I feel like Kreshia will just to speed time along, sit you down and say, "Look, we've got like one good mission in us before we have to sit and be pregnant for a while. Like, accept your mum's help. It's very obviously the correct test. It's not going to be your aunt's to try and do someone else's thing. Our friends are smart and they'll be fine handling this, especially if we can get them some extra help. If I need to make a test to persuade you, I will try that as well, but Kreshia does not want either of the pregnant people, herself and Mary, to go for the full round-the-world trip, completing these quests.
But they sound so interesting.
They do, and she's aware of that fact. But it turns out that she might be actually a little bit more, what's that word? Responsible? God, it feels weird on my tongue. More responsible than Princess Merisiel, her wife. I say, if I have to make a persuady test, I will do so.
Does all the other divine right quests.
Didn't you put that evil on me? Play Paladin Warlock like fucking crazy.
Okay, back. What did I miss?
I tried to persuade Merisiel to just take the Taeleer quest, the Taeleer one, so that both her and Kreshia can spend some time being pregnant while the rest of the Divine Right quests are done, because she does not want her wife to go cross-world, cross-continental to do the rest of this stuff.
Yeah, that actually doesn't sound like a bad thing.
I know, right? She is still horrified that she learned she had a fucking kid in her belly while she was fighting mano a mano with, you know, the Sith.
Can we at least go kill the moon god?
Of course, I mean, we can do that. We do that with mantles on and stuff. We don't have to bring our children in with us. That would be really... That's fine.
Okay.
We're not going to miss
I
the
am.
final mission, goodness.
I am getting
fucked up.
close. I know.
Yeah.
I
So I
wonder.
say again, is a persuasion test required?
Uh,
Or religion
Well,
if I need
you
to
will have
goon you with
small goat.
dogma.
No. You will have tiny goat with assistant on that. And Bardic if it's needed for
I mean,
a
Mary.
persuasion.
I mean, Mary would like some, like, counseling.
Downtime.
No, counseling.
Okay. Take Taeleer, give her a rest. We'll bring someone else. For the final fight,
Yeah.
we'll bring you. Done.
Yeah. And I mean, what better counseling than, you know, actually taking a break in a place where they've never known children and get reacquainted alongside your other you.
Hmm.
Kresh's just trying to trick you into dragon threesomes.
Do the thing!
Alright, Mary, you can make a charisma or wisdom saving throw since you're just trying to resist influence.
Wisdom saving.
I mean, I feel
I
like...
mean, if I have to. I mean, if I have to.
I mean, you can just auto-fail, that's fine.
That's nope.
I guess I'll just spend some time looking between the three. If the world wasn't in dire straits, I'd have more time to think about this.
It's cool. We'll have plenty of time to take care of each other, and we can keep a magical eye on them. It'll be fine. They'll get a sending every day.
I could get a lot of research done.
Then what better place? Think about all the downtime actions.
I guess I will. I guess I'll go to my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only going to borrow it. You already have a champion, and I wouldn't dream of trying to usurp Mom's position. She's a much better fit for your champion than I would be anyway. She's definitely more proactive.
I mean, you only need to do it temporarily.
Clear will put a hand on your shoulder and say, I understand, and for what it's worth, I'm glad you chose me after all. Come here, you. And she will give you a hug.
You know, can I be super greedy and ask for a down payment from Wolvar?
Oh my
What?
god, you're gonna haggle
No.
with the God of Light? Oh jeez.
I mean, hey, if I
What?
get the sword now, I can go kill the necromancer and then totally deal with the bomb, because that's something that's gonna have to be addressed.
There's
Look, we can look. You know what? Kreshia is going to make a sending. Hey, Becky. Did you know that the bomb your kid Haskin made is not the only one? He made a much bigger one. Bad news. Next sending. It turns out that it is so immensely powerful and destructive that Wolvar, the god of light, is literally setting a divine mandate to stop him. Next sending. If you could please talk him into putting his work on Vault and dismantling the bomb.
You get a message in your head. It's a... You see the cartoony-sized giant-ass fucking text. It's about that fucking loud.
Okay.
Like the Hollywood sign is small comparison to how fucking loud that is in your head.
Ah!
It's a what? It's a giant what?
I finished that sending I was partway into with "Ow my brain." Next sending. I think I made that rather clear. Seriously though, it's kind of a big deal if you could get him to dismantle it. So the world
Oh,
isn't blown to fucking
also
pieces.
and also burn his research.
Also, I'm
was another thing.
afraid the next sending research itself is going to need blowing up.
To
Because
here on
let's
the
face
distance
it.
wind,
Hmm?
even through the temple walls, you hear a distant Haskern Bartholomew Covenstone. You are in so much trouble, young man.
Thank you, Becky. Also, a dragon showed me a cool recipe for a scalification potion. Thought you might like it. Love, Kreshia. There you go. That's all my spell slots burned in that level.
nice.
There you go. That was indeed my level 4 slot and all my level 3s.
Okay.
Sadly, you don't get more words if you burn a higher level spell slot for sending. It's kind of a jib.
Okay, so are we going to help? What's it called? Scarin?
And so when you guys finish all of that, Annika will kind of go over, talk to Tyria for a moment, then look back to a lot of you and say, so I know you guys have helped me a lot already, but If we could find a way to get rid of this angry ghost that's haunting Sylvanhall, maybe we could find a way to put Carla to rest.
Oh, of course. It's just a matter of what we take care of first to make sure we can prevent the end of the world. We're going to end up doubling around to help all these other peoples and problems.
Yep.
But out of character, I just want to put this in context real quick. We basically got a divine mandate from a god of light so that Kreshia could send an email
Yeah.
to Hasturd's mother.
Yeah. Former world-saving hero, mind you.
Who is now going to spank her child so hard to destroy his notes.
Look,
Yep.
sometimes being a hero doesn't means delegation.
It's true. Like
I
I want to subvert that mission itself so much because it's just travel to a place and make a talking skill check. No, gonna just be smart. I'm using my brain right now and being
Or
like,
knock him unconscious
So
and then burn all his shit.
here's the other part of using your brain. You know who actually has the bomb, right?
Your mom.
yeah, my mum. Don't worry, I've got tomorrow's sendings to make.
Right.
But your mom's less amicable. Like I said,
Well, I think
good
she's,
on you for the
she's-
pre-sending.
No.
she's fairly.
My mum is not amicable as it happens, but I'm going
Darn
to talk
it.
to them.
Well, okay, so
Yeah, I know
so-
she wants that. I know she wants that just in case button, but it's
that's a little too much.
No.
That's extremely too much. That's a
Yeah.
lot too much.
What,
Yeah.
you don't want
It's-
Zarbomba
Yeah,
going off up Winter's asshole?
Oh,
Yes,
dude,
we don't want.
dude,
Oh yeah, I don't want Zarbomba
Hey,
going
you
off.
want to know something? No, the thing is, the Tsar bomb was actually weaker than the first bomb Haskell set off.
It was, yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
Judging
I'm
by
not
creator
joking.
size.
We did
By
the
double, I believe.
calculations.
Oops.
No,
yeah.
like that. What Haskell set off wasn't even in the megaton class. It was above. It was literally over 100 gigatons.
I will make sure to definitely do some follow-up to that. But yeah, if I can just get that down payment.
No.
Okay,
No.
I tried.
You guys ain't done shit for Wolfar yet.
It's kind of.
I
a
mean,
dick.
Also,
Zanza's-
Mary was a dick to him, so...
Zanza's
Yeah,
been
well,
a-
he was also a. Yeah, well, he's a dick.
I mean,
Zanza's
yeah,
been a-
he's the lawful good god of the sun. What do you expect? He is, like,
I mean,
the
Zanza's
biggest
been a
prideful
pretty
prick.
big campaigner for the eradication of necromancy. Just saying. He helped start
Yeah,
the
but
Foxby armies. He's
Wolvar
he's
doesn't give a
got
shit about
super
necromancy.
big rivalry
You
against
want to go
necro-
talk to, like, Tyria for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tyria
Did-
wants us. Tyria really wants us to put the nail in that guy's coffin, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's right. I should ask her for a favor, I guess, related to
Oh
that.
my god.
Oh, DCL.
Mhm.
And like you skipped the idea I told you
I
about,
was.
Leynan,
What was your
because she
idea?
wants to champ your ass, quite hard. And
I mean-
she could, lobotomize that Batcher.
I mean, that's gonna happen after we get to the, because that's a quest that's gonna happen. So perks can come later. Zanza can talk perks with
Yeah.
Leynan later, probably at her bedside, making thunder bunnies. Just saying. But, I don't know exactly what I can ask for Tyria that would be in her domain right now. I don't know. Like with the light guy, it was like, yeah, can you help me make sure I don't fuck up my friends? With Tyria,
There you go. I'm smart.
I guess if she has anything that can help make sure to subdue, just
whoa,
in case.
whoa.
Mhm.
It might take me a couple hundred years
I'm
to
sorry.
get that agreement resolved, but I should get it eventually.
The scale, maybe, but we have one, but that's used for vampire.
No, I'm not saying. Look, this. Remember, immortal, no problem. It'll probably be like a couple hundred years from now that I will get her another dragon scale made of Residium for dismantling a death bomb.
Okay. So,
That-
go on, DCL.
That message is just going to make more questions.
Yeah, but that's why I'm doing it as a sending. We can start up a dialogue between each other later. I'm just, skipping it down.
I'm just saying I don't know what exactly to ask Tyria for,
Oh,
so I guess I'll ask her directly what she can do to help end this necromancer problem.
All right. So you're asking Tyria like what the next step to ending the necromancer should be?
I mean, is there anything she could help if we do her quest? Anything she can do to help if we do her quest of resting the soul?
Giving
if
Annika
you-
the mantle?
If you aren't interested in the mantle, she could potentially give you guys some help. Yeah.
All right. We'll leave it vague for now until I can think of something.
We're already dealing with
all
the
the
first
gods are
necromancer
willing to
first,
help
I
you,
thought.
like against the world-ending threat. Even if you don't take their mantles and you do their quests, they'll give you some sort of reward. I'm sure.
So I was trying to go around fishing for if we don't want the mantle rewards.
So yeah, them's
So-
the gods. What do?
Well, after talking to Clera, I would like to go. I would like to go into. I'll step back over to Agarish and tell him, no hard feelings, but I guess I'm kind of a mama's girl.
No hard feelings, kid, and then the blade comes through.
On the plus side, I mean, I think we're still going to go and help Skyrim out.
I have one last thing to say to Lena. Oh, sorry.
That place is a soft spot to us. And for what it's worth, you were definitely my second choice. And who knows? I'm only going to be borrowing Kalira's mantle anyway.
Zanza will.
That just warms the cockles of my heart.
Zanza will zip over to Lena real quick and go, "Oh, by the way, I was in the land of the Amazon. I learned a rather interesting fact about them."
I feel like you've learned quite a few interesting facts about our Amazon brethren.
Right?
Very intimately.
But I know that they now have a rather fond taste for what they call fuckboys, and apparently I count as one of them. So, once I'm able to win the mantle and be able to enter your domain, I'm willing to offer you my services. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
So you want to be my champion full time?
Zanza will nod rapidly.
Well, I suppose I am in need of one now that my beloved mate has retired from adventuring. And you are one of my most ardent devotees.
I'll make sure to commit my body to you metaphorically and even more metaphorically.
There's a long pause. Are you hitting on me?
Yes, very lightly.
Ah,
Metaphorically and theologically, obviously.
There we go.
Metaphysically.
Oh, there we go. Even better.
Physically.
just physically.
That's Infinity Mind. That's down the list.
Oh, I appreciate the offer, Zanza, but I am married.
Do you say anything after I
The
appreciate the
there
offer?
was great. All I heard was, I appreciate the offer. So,
Jesus.
Yeah, you got partway into Zanza. Just with Zan,
She
Good old Zans.
appreciates the offer, Zanza.
Chomper Nervler.
But I'm married.
I mean, if I can't... give me a second. Give me a call.
I'm just gonna
I'm gonna
switch
put you on
our
God
voice
waiting.
servers.
Hold on.
Hold on.
yeah, Sansa here. When he gets the
Zanza.
call, his ear actually goes up, so it's picking up the
Boing.
signal.
Yeah.
He talks like a Secret Service agent. Yeah, Sansa here.
It will take it until like in-game time tomorrow saving. Can I preemptively do those checks though? So while I'm just thinking of it all.
Yeah, sure. If you want to drop a couple of persuade checks.
Sure.
I will
What's
warn
that?
you, the
Do you want,
DC is very
bolts?
high.
Even with a trade of a giant dragon scale of Residium.
I think that's the only thing making it even possible is trading her something of great value.
Okay, spending inspiration.
And Bardic.
Cool.
Hey.
24.
You know what?
Go ahead, Kina.
Oh, yay. Nope. 26.
Yes.
You motherfuckers.
Woohoo! I boxed ya. Here's how it feels, Savin.
Yeah, I think there will be a couple of hours before your mother replies to you at all, and it's just a short message of, I hate this so much.
I will send her a mental image of Senatrea in all of her standing Residium body glory. And announce that I'm still contact high from being in the city.
You don't get any follow-up messages.
That's because she's moist right now.
Yeah. Incredibly.
It's like it would literally be like licking a frog, but then like just high-level magic starts pouring out of you.
No, a frog doesn't do much. It probably just fucking kill you. Now a toad, on the other hand. See, frogs are poisonous and doesn't really give hallucinogenic. Toads are the one that makes me high.
Sorry, yes.
I cannot want pressure to just fucking keel over from licking a goddamn frog. Okay?
Or it's actually just one of the frogs that you use for cooking. Like, oh, it is like chicken.
Oh yeah.
Crunch, nom.
Oh man, I got tricked into eating frog the first time I was told it was a chicken wing. I was very upset.
How was it?
It tastes like chicken.
Well, it's
It tastes chicken.
Yeah,
Well, it also
is.
depends where. It can be a bit cartilagey.
not really. If you do like this, if you deep fry the leg part, it's just crispy and crunchy. You can just bite through it because.
Oh no, I
bones
had effectively
don't exist.
steamed leg, and it was a bit cartilagey.
Ah, yeah. If you steam it, then yeah, it's not that good unless it's well seasoned.
It tasted like the joints of chicken between the bones
Mhm.
when it was just steamed.
Grody. Anyway,
Really crunched that flavor. Hooray!
So,
Quest complete.
Can
ping.
just
1 second while I get the strikeout on that one. There we go.
Yeah, leveraging contacts and like the last of your clout with your mother.
I'll have a couple hundred years to work that clap back up again.
Well, she'll have a couple hundred years.
I mean, Kreshia is a half of. She's got a couple hundred and then she'll be old. Really, 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 really old. Unless, becoming a champion makes her immortal, actually. And she still doesn't know about that yet. She kind of hopes that it does because her kids are all immortal. She would like to see her family grow and to be successful.
yeah, what's that? Right now. Actually, then just a thing. When everyone else has moved away from Tyria, it's like really just goes up there. She just takes a deep bow in front of her and says, I'm sorry that I didn't manage to save Nistler.
It's not your fault, Frida. It was her time.
It's never anyone's time. Everything is on a whim of everything else.
Were that only so? Some of us have our lives on the luck of the die, but for many of us, destiny is fated and predefined. But regardless, Mithlin's soul is safe with me. Have no fear.
But even so, can you just tell her I'm sorry?
She gives you a long nod.
Thank you.
Alright. So, what's the plans, my mans?
Well, I would like to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
This is more of a general question. So, Sinatreya, was she right about what you are? All of you?
So you're just like addressing the room with us?
Are you gods?
Alright, so when you say that, Kalira, Lanin, Kinara, Tyria, will just be like, yeah. But the older four gods will look amongst themselves and stare at you for a moment, and then Kandarn will begrudgingly take a step forward and say, "What is a god, eh? Being of great power.
Why
One
did
who
I
can-
know you were gonna say that? What is a god? I fucking knew it.
Being a great power, shepherd of souls, rewarder of good deeds and punisher of the bad. That's what we are, innit?
I guess.
And we're gods. What's the ifans or buts matter?
What is a mammoth?
What is a god but a miserable pile of secrets? Smash.
There it
Well,
is.
given that it's Kandar and
Kandan, yeah, really. It had to be Kandan to step forward and start the "What is a god" speech as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
No.
god of secrets. Yeah.
The god of Wayne Jude. Like, obviously, fucking Kandan's voice should be Wayne Jude if it were pull-offable.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, everybody's voice, even the goddesses, is Wayne June.
Wayne June.
Who the fuck is Wayne June?
The narrator from
the-
Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah. He also did some fantastic audiobook stuff of reading
Shit.
Edgar Allan Poe and Lovecraftian.
Oh, he'd be good for that.
Yeah, he's excellent. He is. You say he'd be good for it. He is good for it.
So-
He's done it. He's very good.
Mm-hmm.
So the ascension to God, it was literally becoming
Ah,
the
shit, what I missed.
symbol of a certain aspect.
Not much. And I got one more thing to do.
Zanza was trying to.
Sorry, was
what I
that
was
in
trying to-
character, Hedrah, or
Yes,
it was kind of hard to hear? Could you repeat it then?
said so. Being a god is being the manifestation of an aspect of life.
Or of death, Tyria will say with a half smile, and
Ah.
Mithras will kind of wave her off and say, "Yes, we each identify with and encapsulate an aspect of the world, whether it's of life or death, or more abstract concepts like knowledge or light. Each of us in our previous lives held that aspect close. We identified and embodied it, and so we were chosen once upon a time.
Wait a minute. We'll just count something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If there's a god of light, there's the god of darkness then.
Zanza in his wake after he runs.
When you outrun the light, you
Yeah.
can only
The
darkness.
question isn't who's the god of darkness. There's a god of the sun
Why
who
isn't there?
embodies light.
There's the
And
god
what
of the
follows
moon.
darkness and the sun
There's the guy.
is the moon.
The guy
Karnas.
we have to push over.
Oh, so what?
And at
That
that
makes me
Wovar
wonder if we-
Wovar will say, he was invited to this meeting as well. Part of me
Seriously?
hoped he would attend to
Well, that would have been
explain
nice. We could have
himself.
just talked to him down.
Just shiv him with Sonitrarius dagger. Hey, thanks for turning up. No hard feelings.
My erstwhile brother seems intent on keeping his secrets. We have not been able to contact him in some time. Honestly, I thought he was dead until his giants appeared. Perhaps he
Right.
was.
Who said? Wait. You just cancel the figures. You would know if he's dead, right?
No, clearly not. We aren't connected like that.
But there's no way to sense him.
Not if he doesn't wish it. Long ago, we gods put ourselves into a state of rest to avoid the end of the world, the destruction of the dream in heaven. When we did so, we lost our ability to communicate with one another outside of these forms. Once I could sense my brother, no more.
How is that connection reestablished?
As far as I know, it isn't.
Well,
Gandarn. Dwarf will just shrug. Ah, keep your secrets.
but then what's stopping you all from trying to reestablish?
The implication there is that we have and can't. We permanently
Ah.
damaged ourselves to keep the dream from collapsing. You're welcome.
Well, I wouldn't know that. I'm not old enough to have known about it.
Pray you never have to learn about a world without an afterlife again.
Yeah. Then it'd just be the real world. Ho.
Oh, shit.
I just mentioned them, but well, depending how the world goes, and it wouldn't matter if there's an afterlife or not. If all you feel is misery and anger and hatred in the world, then there's no real reason to care about what comes next.
That's where you're wrong. At that, Tyrael put up a hand and say, the afterlife is not a reflection of the real world. It is a realm of bliss and peace. Anyone who holds a god close to their chest will experience it one day, no matter how hard their life may have been.
Out of character, but doesn't that just completely invalidate the struggle of the mortal flesh? Since since good people were guaranteed to go to a heaven.
No.
Okay.
You've just stated. I mean, you can't prove that you're good unless you spend a mortal life doing it.
There you go.
I know, but it's like the mortal trifles and dictators and civilizations being threatened. What does it matter if it's all the good people just go to heaven anyways?
Because you don't know they're good until you have an opportunity to prove it. It's like that whole go back in time and kill baby Hitler.
But doesn't that
concept.
just
like
mean,
hasn't done bad yet?
But doesn't that just mean babies don't get to go to heaven?
Maybe.
So, like, let's pretend there was a mirror of that in character. And Tyrael will say, they don't. unfortunately.
Hey, at least we got an
Souls
answer.
that have not cloven to a god are returned to the Aether whence they came. They became the stuff of raw, untamed magic, that which magicians and Residium draw upon.
At least we didn't get a
Well-
pussyfooting answer. Looking at you, Christianity.
If
I mean-
Christianity turned around and said, "Look, we need you to suffer so we can make magical swords."
Hold
For
on,
one,
let me
make more
just open up the
sense.
Divine Comedy and tell you about the road of little baby skulls.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I mean-
Dante's Inferno.
But that was a... Okay,
Yeah,
okay, I'm gonna stop being a
yeah.
shitlord and just say, by the
Yeah,
way,
just-
what Zanza was
just-
trying to say...
Yeah.
Soften
Is
up
that-
that edge a little bit, please.
What he was going... What
Okay.
Zanza was trying to say is that he's totally fine being a side hoe.
Okay. I just mentioned to Kira, well, hopefully not everyone else won't know about that fact because that would just people would lose faith in knowing, for example, that the children will never know a peaceful afterlife. They're just fuel.
It is a sad truth of the world, but one more reason to instill faith in the young. And I think you all notice, like, when you're talking about dead children, Mithras looks particularly sad and puts a hand on her belly.
I'm gonna like skip around everyone and make sure that Mithras gets a squishy hug.
Yeah, she'll accept a hug.
By the way, I'm preggers too.
Yeah, she'll smile at that and put a little hand on your belly and say, I hope both you and your wife can retire from this adventuring life soon. Your
That'd be
children
nice.
will both be precious. I can feel that much.
Yeah, plus it'll get really hard to adventure when I spend a lot of my mornings just loaded.
Well, Kanara and I have a few... well, we have experience with that. It's not
Yes.
fun, but it's doable.
Mm.
In a pinch. But it would be preferable, yes, to retire.
Yep, don't worry. Gonna, kill a necromancer in a magical hole in the ground, and then I'm gonna force Mary to sit with me in a nice safe city in the sky. We can research magic and eat lots of food and, entertain a race that's never known youth and life again with the joy of seeing children about, which would be a pretty cool gift for them, I imagine.
Hmm.
Seems like a pretty good move. I don't know.
She will smile at that and say, perhaps you'll even break their curse.
Fuck yeah, that'd be pretty nice.
And
Heck, are you guys able to help with that if, we solve this whole dealing? I'm sure they'd like to appreciate, continuing on with existence.
yes, when Karnas fades or is defeated, I feel his curse will break, and she puts a hand on her belly and adds, then perhaps I can finally deliver this young one. He's been waiting several thousand years for his opportunity.
Oh, no way!
She smiles and says, there's a reason I'm always made up as looking pregnant in my statues.
Huh. That makes a shocking amount of sense.
Let's say childbirth and carrying to term weren't exactly part of my domains to start with, but I've made do.
It's popular, and everyone appreciates, curves and boob growth too.
Well, I'm sure you'll get your fair share of that soon.
Oh, jeez. I'm already so big, though.
You can always be bigger. Just ask Kanara. She will, incline a head towards the exceptionally curvy Dracotar.
Pointing.
There's a whisper on the wind. Send Merisiel Nestra or Centralia, whatever her name is.
Merisiel.
Merisiel, yes.
She can feel herself getting
Very fun.
cucked from a million miles away.
Just look at Finora, no? Like, just look at fucking Merisiel. Like, she's way goddamn bigger. Not even a
She's
top.
big. She's a big lady.
Yeah, but she's not curvy. Doesn't have giant dragon tits. Just hanging out there. But you know who does
Well,
have
she
giant
got
dragon
giant.
tits? Kanara.
Kennard does have giant Draco ditties. It's true.
Yeah, that is true, but then again, Merisiel has from size category.
She does. She her size category is huge, while as mammoth.
Colossal.
While as Kanara's size category is thick.
So, which quest are we doing first?
It's a good question. Let's
Well,
pop
we
you guys over to the world map and you can plot out your course.
Actually, I already been
Actually-
thinking this out.
There's two more. I wasn't quite finished.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm
Let's...
sorry. This is like one of the only times I have actually tried to take up a lot of time. I want to ask
What do
Nara
you mean
if
all
she
the
can-
time?
Yeah, I'm
I-
sorry. No, it's
I-
not.
I feel like Merisiel's a whole lot less off the handle than other characters.
No. I mean,
Honestly,
do what you
I
want to
really
do.
don't talk a lot.
We don't. I don't know. It doesn't bother me, but it's just like no.
Anyway, what would you like to say?
Anyway. Kanara's the goddess of fertility. Is there any... So... I don't suppose there's any way she can speed things along.
She'll, like, lean down at you guys and take a look and say, "Are you sure you want to? 'Cause being pregnant is, like, the most fun part."
Yeah, but... I got responsibilities. I mean, this world needs saving, and stuff needs doing, and someone's got to do it, and... I need to finish what I started.
It's not something I normally want to do, but for you guys... She'll sort of tap her chin for a moment. I suppose I could do something.
How much time?
Well, all of it?
All of it? Like I could give birth right now.
Well, not right now. I, would need you to go to a place and do a thing.
Uh-huh.
It's, you expect this sort of thing, right? It's not
Right.
coming out of the blue.
Yeah.
Right. Well, since you're going to Airvanen anyway, there's a tribe of harpies that live out there on one of the islands.
Harpies.
Mm-hmm. One of them fancies herself a cleric of me, though we haven't had a conversation in a while. But she is the undisputed master of having lots and lots of babies in a very small amount of time. If you could go to her and, let's just say, have a talk with her about maybe coming back into the fold of the priesthood, I think I could arrange something for you.
Okay. Well... Okay. We'll see if we can do that while we're there.
Great.
But I'd only really want to do it if Kreshia also... I don't want to leave her alone. I don't want to...
Oh yeah,
You hear what
you
now?
can both have it. Oh, anyone who's pregnant in your
Kreshia.
group, even. If you want to get Annika or Sierra pregnant real quick, you could pop out some grandkids.
No.
Kreshia, I found a way that we can speed things along a little bit. So we don't have to miss out on all the adventures. What?
Cannot believe that I'm the more responsible of us two. You realize if we pump out our kids, we would then just be leaving them to then go off and possibly die, right?
Sorry, what? I was talking to somebody.
I can't believe that I'm going to sound like the more responsible person here, but you realize that even if the pregnancy is sped along and we have kids, we would then end up having to leave them behind to go off and adventure when we have friends who are very capable.
Kinar will just sort of cross her arms at that and say, you know, there's nothing more motherly than fighting for a world, a better world for your children.
Hey!
It's not irresponsible to leave your children if you're going to make sure that they have a world to grow up in.
I'm pretty sure Sarah has some
something-
voice words about that.
It's something I'm familiar with.
I already missed one childhood.
I mean, we wouldn't be away for that long.
I'll think about it.
Okay. It's
That's
in
all I
Irvainen,
ask.
so it's just we have to go there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is there anything else before we start planning out routing?
So I have this. So yes, actually, this is the last thing.
Okay.
This is the last thing, I swear. Speaking of Irvainen, wait, no, was this on Irvainen? It was. So speaking of Irvainen, we were there, and we kind of came across this. I'm gonna reach into my bags, and pull out that corrupted dragon soul stone.
No, that
That
wasn't
was
on
fun.
Irvainen. That was in Marcus's temple.
Oh yeah, right. Anyway, oh right, I had to replace the wrong castle. Anyway, I was thinking that if anyone could do something for this poor thing, it would have been you.
Yeah, Kinara will clap her hands when she sees it and scoop it up. Oh yes. Honestly, I was thinking about putting this little soul once it got cleared up into your egg, but it looks like you already took care of that.
Yeah.
Unless someone has an extra dragon egg laying around.
I can help you make an extra dragon egg.
Well, that one would already be fertilized.
What if I pull
Although-
out?
I have a slight question then.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Mary, you said you were hollow.
I mean,
Hello.
yeah. There's a lot of empty space inside me.
Do you want to be a dragonborn?
I think I already was.
Would this change Kina's racial template this time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, it has
I
+2
don't-
charisma, so it's fine.
I don't want. No, I like being a faun. I'm not going to just drink the first soul I get my hands on.
You're gonna shop around for souls first.
No, I don't think I even will. I don't think Mary would do that.
You say that
She's
now.
going to. She's going to try and grow her soul bigger.
Yeah.
She's going to let it
Hey,
grow
Tina,
to fill the void.
Tina.
Huh? Yeah.
What about a dragon fawn?
A what?
Draco goat. A Dracote.
A
Dragoat.
Dragoat?
Yes.
No. No.
Sexy scales.
Anyway,
wings.
Kinar will, rub the corrupted stone in her hands and says, well, we can decide what to do with him later, but for
I was
now,
going to
there's
say-
going to be a great big eruption of my holy energy at that temple up to the north. If you can leave this here with the egg, I think I can help both of them at once.
Right. Okay.
Although, and she'll tap her chin a moment. I don't know what will become of him afterwards. I feel bad leaving him trapped in that stone. Well,
I was.
there's a collective of dragon souls far to the south. I could take him there if you want, or perhaps... And she'll look
I was gonna-
between you
I'm
and...
actually, I'm gonna whisper something. I'm gonna whisper to Kanara.
Eh?
Don't you
Poor
put that on
Zan-
the baby.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Not again. I'm not. Who knows what that would have? No. I like poor Zan. Poor Zan's is devastated that his sword turned into some kind of horrible monster.
He's already
Well,
asked
you
where
did
about with
use
that.
a
And I did that
giant
quest.
raving insane badger. But you're saying
Yeah,
you
it
want to
sounded
put
like a good
his
idea at the
soul
time.
into the sword. Or a sword.
I think maybe Zanza
Mithglin.
would. Yeah, Zanza might appreciate something more noble. And be more fitting to his character.
I can think of nothing more noble than an ancient guardian dragon, devoted to the cause of courage. It hurt my soul so horribly to see him corrupted so. Yes, if you
Yeah.
desire to transfer him into a weapon, you have my blessing, and I'll warn you though, this soul is more powerful than any you've held before.
Even more than that horrible badger monster?
This
This is a full soul,
more
isn't it?
intact. It's...
Well, almost full.
I
Whisper,
feel if you
you-
put it into an item, it will gain sentience once again.
I had a feeling it would be the case. This wasn't a soul that had been drawn out as it was departing. This one had settled in. I had assumed it was going to be a complete one.
Also, in my defense, Marcus got an armor made out of a giant cancerous creature of rapid regeneration. His armor's pretty boss.
It's pretty boss.
Yeah, but you're naked.
I mean, yeah,
I
but
was
the giant angry badger, though.
Giant super badger.
It's just angrier than the Hydra was cancery.
I mean, there's nothing angrier than that badger.
It's true, that was
Nothing
the
is-
angriest being in all of existence.
I mean, I'm down for
He
the
was-
dragon sword if I can't manage to tame or make use of berserker sword, of badger sword.
It was a detail.
Mhm.
The badger was angered and I am sadistic.
Oh. Oof. Anyway, so that was all. That was it. That was it for me. I'm done.
Alright. Then yeah, let's plan out our route. Like, what quest do you guys want to tackle first?
I imagine
You
whichever's
said
close.
would it be south? You said something, or was that place that
Oh
you
yes,
wanted
here,
that
let me
meet?
put
What
it
was-
on your map, or at least put the name on your map. Boop, 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 boop. So, this is where Mithras wants you to go, Kenrose. Let's
Yeah.
see, let me scroll out a bit more. Agrish wants you to go back to Fort Scarin. Tyria wants you to go to Sylvan Hall. Lanen wants you to go to Ervanen, which is off of this map by a goodly ways. Kanara wants you to go to Dragon's Rest. And let's see, who else was there? You've already kind of done Wovar's quest. And Kandarn wants you to go to Meridia's tower and steal her notebook back.
Yeah, so from the looks of it, we're going. Like, God, piece of fucking shit. I will kill you and your fucking parents. So
Wow.
first, no, it locked in. You know, when you try to select multiple
Mm-hmm.
with the arrow tool, it just got stuck there and couldn't click it away. So we go first, so we get to there effectively via some way. Let's see. From here we got that, and then that. from there, we can scarn with the throne, speed over down here, teleport way the fuck away to Iranian, and then back to Abu City.
Does that sound like a plan everyone can get behind?
Let's hear it back again, sorry.
Okay, we go from Arrow City, we go up north. That way we can cover up to the three-way passage. So, hey, we can deal with Jeffrey. Then we got Marcus. We got Mirias. Then we got Sylvan Hall. From there we can get down to, we do a teleport down to Fort Skarn. From Fort Skarn we can leg it past the woods straight down here to Keros or Canros.
What
Kenros
about this up here?
Oh,
Ferric.
holy shit.
Yes,
Ferric
that's right.
and
You also need to deal with
the necromancer that needs to be dealt with.
All right. Okay. So, oh yeah, that's even closer. So
Yeah.
up there, like that. Yeah. That works even better.
So wait,
And then,
Aaron to Ogres to Ferric to Dragon's Rest to Meridia.
yeah, it's the
etc.
fastest travel route we got. So because we don't have any permanent flying, this is the water and this is the road. So once we get here, we
Yeah.
can get. It's actually faster than going through the woods.
It's a shame I don't have anything closer to teleport
Yeah,
us
if you had
to.
the teleport to Cardinal, that would be fucking amazing.
I don't think
but we don't.
I'm not sure if they have one.
If they do, you aren't privy to it.
Yeah.
Alright, so does this look like the map you guys want to pursue?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That's-
Yeah,
Jesus.
sure does.
Jesus Christ.
We've
Thank-
got our campaign trail.
Yeah,
This
great.
is the rest of the campaign. So yeah.
I'm sorry I'm sorry I brought this. I created this quest line. I'm also not sorry.
I was
Yeah.
about to say, no, you're
I have
fucking.
a question. Where was no? That was the silver hole. Never mind. We're good.
Yeah. Alright, so in order, it's going to be go rescue Jeffrey from Ogre Rape Town, defeat the Necromancer and his armies, go to the Dragon's Rest and purify the temple, the egg, Mary and Kreshia's wombs, and redeem a vampire.
Mhm.
Go Ocean's 11,
And
some
shove a
shit from
dragon into
Meridia.
sword.
Yeah, also that. Go to Meridia's tower, get her shit. Go to Sylvan Hall, knock over some undead. Go to Scarran, deal with a Fearthuan warlord. Go to Kenrose, defeat some bandits. And then go to Airvanen.
No, talk
and-
down some bandits.
Right.
Yeah.
Neutralize some bandits. And then go to Airvanen. Alright, so this is literally the rest of the campaign, basically. So make sure this is what you guys want to do. Yeah, so the temple at Dragon's Rest does have some paladins and clerics stationed there. They've been doing repairs. It also has an ancient and incredibly powerful vampire living there who, if purified, becomes a high-level paladin, like PC levels, so having her around would indeed make fighting Ferric easier.
Okay. So what you're saying is my initial idea, but with the modification, and then like that.
Yeah, I guess to go diagonal this away to Dragon's Rest and then cross over and out. Sure.
Alright, so now we're looking like boop, 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 and off the map again. Boop.
Yeah.
Wooey. Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm relieved that the Bork story is being wrapped up in a circle.
Yeah,
Just a
I get
circle.
the fucking squiggly line of doom here. Jesus.
This is what you get for unlocking all those fast travel points.
Hey, I mean, fast travel's great.
We
All
found
right.
the Lord Vessel.
So, again, let's go over it and make sure this is, because this is my prep forever now. Aaron City to Jeffrey Rape Town to many quest hooks at Dragon's Rest. Defeat the Necromancer after like 50 sessions.
Yay.
Go to Meridia's Tower and steal from her. Go to Sylvan Hall and kill a ghost. Go to Fort Scarran and kill a giant. Go to Kenrose and don't kill some bandits. And then go to Ervanen and get some... kill a god, basically. And also meet some harpies.
Now I'm really sad we
Yes.
couldn't get that down payment
On what?
on the favors for the ones that we don't want the cloaks from. Because we're gonna do all their stuff, and then like the favors asked for are just gonna be invalidated by the time we're done.
Wait,
Well, maybe they'll have different things I can help
Dude,
you with.
we
in,
just finished Wolvers. What the fuck are you going on about?
No. I went to like the gods and was asking them for favors with other things. Like one of them I asked to help with the sword, the other I asked to help with
Yes,
potentially.
Wolver. You asked Wolver for the sword thing. We
Yeah.
just fucking finished it. It was done right
I
now.
mean, we didn't. Savin didn't be like,
Yes.
okay, here's your sword.
He just said it.
Really?
We just
What?
finished. Yeah,
What?
he just fucking said it. We just
Oh, yeah.
finished Wolvers.
I mean, yes, you did make a check that was necessary to finish Wolvar's little quest
Oh,
by tapping a bunch of your connections.
if that's the case, then let's do about the sword then.
Yeah, so he can indeed help you with your sword. As payment, it'll be a couple of days before the Elven Queen actually destroys the bomb. Unfortunately for me, Skow rolled well enough that indeed she will actually do it rather than just putting it in her basement.
Thank you.
Just hide it in her basement.
Oh
That's what she
yeah,
was
I
gonna
also
do,
let her know that
fucking
I also let her know
smell
I'm
it.
pregnant.
Yay.
Oh, we still have to have that wedding.
Well, you guys are in the
Yeah.
capital. You can make it happen.
Let's not. Everyone knows that if you have a big fancy wedding before you go off to save the world, it's a fucking tragedy, and one of us die horribly and leave the other as a lost, forlorn
That's a real
solo
good point.
widow with a ring.
That's a real good point, actually. I feel like that would
I know
be,
better. I know better.
I feel like that would be an in-world superstition, not even like just a meta
Yeah.
thing.
But that would
Yeah.
make our kids even more main characters.
No.
You've already been the most main character.
Yeah,
of
we're
Oh,
already.
God, yeah,
we
Marcus can marry you guys. It'll be great.
No.
No,
Yeah.
But look,
You've al-
you
Yes.
get mechanical benefits. You have a whole week
Come
of
on.
+2 AC.
You already have the most.
It's not happening. The reason that mechanical benefit is there so that you feel more confident before you get story killed. I'm not doing
Oh,
it.
yeah,
I know better.
when you're not even wrong.
Aw.
But yeah, so does he like do anything to the sword?
He will. We'll cover that next session, so I can kind of tweak your sword a bit to be less rage-filled and more filled with grandiose sunbroness.
You replace rage for snobbery.
For, Excuse me, for best covenant.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, look,
You-
it's the best covenant, but that guy is a fucking raging douche nozzle.
Hey, look. I'll have you know.
He makes us elves look really bad.
'Cause you kinda should. Just saying.
I mean, not forgiving Lord Winter and potentially still banishing. Like, I'll say he's a little heavy-handed on not forgiving the poor vampire girl. But if she did do the things he said he did,
He kept saying he's willing to forgive her if she'll ask for forgiveness.
yeah.
I don't
So
know,
we'll
though.
just
That
have to
dude's nose also turned so far back he was practically doing a headstand.
Well, we'll have to talk to them. How am I gonna even get in contact with Lord Winter? God damn it!
I mean, he sure doesn't want to be contacted.
Yeah, there's no way he
He
wants
has
to.
blocked you on his cell phone.
Why?
He's sitting in a Faraday cage waiting for the end of the world.
Basically.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Like, he has hedged his bets on you losing and is sitting down there in his apocalypse bunker with popcorn, watching the world burn.
Oh, well, can't I just scream at this guy, hey, asshole?
I mean,
I
yeah,
wonder if-
you can make it so that if he's scrying on you, he sees what's going on, but...
damn it! I can't believe all this time I forgot to mention that my horns are glowing. The God of Light should have totally been like, "Yo, that's my man."
Up nod you for a glowing horns.
It's true,
Yeah.
yeah. Any mage who can cast light just gets a little up nod from Wovar.
Everyone gets one up nod.
Yeah, you are entitled to one entire up nod.
Yeah, I got mine like a few years ago. It was alright.
Alright. Yeah, let's do some XP and we'll call this session a close, because this was not actually as short as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I'm very tired.
Me too.
What do you guys could play? It's only 20 past 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's normal time for you.
No, that's
I
actually
normally
not.
wouldn't be. I would normally wouldn't be tired yet myself, but yeah, whatever.
Alright, I keep forgetting you don't, like, play D&D literally every day like we used to. God, what day is this even? This is July the 7th?
Today, actual today, yes, it is.
No, today's June the 7th.
No, I'm sure it's July. I want this year. I want everything
No,
over.
I'm sorry.
I want entropy sped along on its way. These are rookie numbers, entropy. Rookie numbers.
Alright, did you explore a new
Yeah.
interesting location for the first time? Not really. Did you discover new and interesting truth about the world?
Yeah, a shit ton of
Yeah.
god-related ones.
Such
For
as-
instance, we never got to meet, the god of
Babies
soul
are
afterlife.
fuel.
I've learned that Zanza is a grade A fuckboy and potential
The
side.
child inside Mithras is one of the proto beings from the Lost City.
That babies are literally fuel for magic.
That too, yeah. Let's see here. What else? The
Surprising Nova, Wolver's a dick.
yeah, we never got to meet him, but that was a thing. And we got to find out that he
Zanza
kind of
was
dropped the
right
ball on the whole vampirism
again.
thing. Yeah, Zanza was right.
What was I right about?
Indirectly,
was
Wovar
actually
might
evil.
be responsible for the death of Elvenkind, but
Yeah.
you also
It's
brought it
fine,
on
he's got
yourself.
pointy ears. He's just an apologist.
Wait, are we talking about
Meridia the Witch actually having
witch.
been evil in the end.
I mean...
Well, evil as they put it, she at least has something stolen from a god. I
Wait,
would
are,
like
we
to be
talk-
able to talk her down.
are we talking about the one who the knight was
No, she's also a necromancer, but we're
Oh, so
talking
we're
about
talking-
the one who wanted the Hydra heart.
God fucking seriously?
Were you not paying attention?
I thought you were talking about the other girl, the
No.
Cleona, because I thought that's who we were talking about. I thought we
No,
cleared her.
no, Meridia
No,
in
she's
the Witch's
also
Tower.
evil, though.
All right. Another goddamn quest mark we got to go back and deal with.
Well, it's
No, we're
on the
not.
path.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant Cleona. No, we're never dealing with Cleona. It's not happening.
Well, I mean, hey, at least she's not making a fucking nuclear bomb. To be fair,
Yeah.
we did that.
Let her be a fucking small-time necromancer, whatever. That's for other fucking low B grade heroes to go deal with.
Alright, see her in 74.
Yep.
Let's see.
Also, by the way, I'm not going to be around for 74. No, I'm kidding.
Did you make a new ally or a lasting enemy?
Zanza became friends with Lord of Light.
I don't know. Would some of these gods consider us of ally status, considering we're doing all this shit?
I feel like once you complete their quest, you can call them as allies. So yes, Wolvar will count for this time. Since you have delegated his quest off and it was completed in short order. By the magic of sending.
It is replaced prestidigitation as my favorite spell of convenience.
Alright, did you advance or complete a quest? Incidentally, yes. Did you neutralize a direct threat to the Queen's peace?
Yes. A giant explosive threat to the Queen's peace.
Look, I mean, that's like saying just having a nuke in your arsenal is a
threat to the peace. Yes, it is.
I mean, it depends on who's got the big red.
Thank goodness they didn't find oil.
All right, Skow, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm glad you were thinking, because I was so hyped up on literal Metal Gear quest of sneaking in to steal weapon documents in the espionage story.
I mean, that's how that quest was totally going to plan out, too.
Yeah, no,
I was so caught
what I did was pick up the phone and solve the problem, and put the phone down and went, by the way, the problem is solved.
I am both happy and sad that it ended like that. Because on one hand, yeah, it should end like that. But
it would have also been a shit ton of travel and more time.
I know, but it would have been Metal Gear.
It would.
I would have wanted it. That's all.
Don't worry.
All right, so everyone mark down 4 experience points. It is July the 7th now, which pushes us into a new month on Yield calendar. Let's see, does anything interesting happen on this month? Let's see. Nope, not that you know about. Other than your magic items being done. So yeah. Good job, team. Now we get the roadmap for the rest of the campaign. So, with that,
I still want that wedding.
hopefully
You know
you'll get
what?
it. I hope.
You know what? I'll stop using magic hat. That way we can night encounters. So maybe we can actually leak things. So we get to roll on his encounter table.
Alright, so yeah, thank you guys for playing. Thank you for watching on stream and YouTube. And we will see you guys next time for the first set of deity quests. It's gonna be a fun time.